Hey everybody, welcome to the Leo and Danny Show. Please subscribe if you haven't. Let's keep this operation moving, and then also, if you would like to support the channel and also get access to another episode every week, a second, check us out on Patreon down below. New episode each week, only for patrons. Leo, what have you done?
Well, I got a couple of amigos that I've met. We've seen these guys before.
Yeah.
They work next door.
We tried to get them to poop in Fan Jerry's car we gifted him, I remember.
We did try to get him to poop in Fan Jerry's car, but these guys are Latino men that work next door.
Yeah.
They're very, very skilled.
Yes.
They're skilled, and they are also very funny. And we have here, what is your name, sir?
I'm Alex.
We got Alex. We got Jorge, a.k.a. Danny, you want to...
Mexican Fan Jerry.
Mexican Fan Jerry. We have a friend that looks like you. And
Pull him up real quick, Austin.
And then we have the Mambo King.
The Mambo King, baby. So let's see a nice mullet shot. We got to get the whole hair.
See, this is the guy that that some people have said that you might... he's the ugly version of you. The güero and ugly version. The white, ugly version of you.
Jorge, does that look like you?
No, está más feo él, ¿me entiendes?
He says he's uglier, for sure.
Oh, the white version of you is uglier.
Yes. And he's also... He is fat, yes.
We've been seeing, Jorge, we've seen you scampering around the neighborhood, beautifying that house next door for months and months. And always, Leo and I thought to ourselves, I'll be damned if that isn't the spitting image of Fan Jerry from south of the border.
Of course, it would be a peak Fan Jerry that happened to be Latino. And probably uncircumcised, too.
Are you uncircumcised, Jorge?
Háblame español.
El pene está cortado o sin cortado, como no sé cómo se dice en inglés, pero no sé cómo se dice.
Circuncidado.
Sí.
Somos sefarditas, so sí está.
Oh, no way.
Half Jewish.
No way.
The Mexican Fan Jerry's half Jewish?
I think
no, está cortado.
all the Latinos do that.
No.
He has the skin. He has it.
Creo que él solo.
Alex, you just said all the
the only
Latinos
one.
do it.
I guess, yeah.
Except for this guy. Did you know you were working with an uncircumcised man?
Are you okay with that?
Huh?
Are you okay with him being not uncircumcised?
That's unclean.
What do you think, Mambo?
Fine.
Yeah.
You're fine.
I'm not gonna go through his thing.
Right, you're not going to see his penis. So you guys don't show each other's penises at work or anything. That never happens?
Hell no.
No.
We at work, unfortunately, we sometimes show our penises.
It's an
that
issue.
guy right there, that little fucker over there, he's always pulling his little wee-wee out. That guy right there.
Loco, que el pedo es que ustedes están hablando del pene y yo no sé, o en inglés le entendí que están hablando del pene.
He says, all I can understand is that we're talking about penises.
And he's in.
And he's in, dude. He's
We
in.
had him at penis.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, you guys, how long you been building houses?
Me, 20 years.
20 years. How did you start?
I started with my uncles, with my family. They always try to take advantage of you.
Of course.
So I kind of get tired and
Right.
move on by myself.
Nice.
Mambo King, when are you going to give up building houses and pursue a Mambo career full time?
Well, I started playing salsa in San Francisco when I was 18 years old. So at that time, I was studying like computer science in Silicon Valley, in Palo Alto. So before YouTube, before Facebook, so I was one of those kids. Like I was on the computer shit, but I got tired, so I kept doing music. So I moved to LA.
Yeah.
And then I faced reality, like I wanted to be famous and shit, but
It's all about the money now.
Listen,
Yeah.
Mambo King, this
So,
might be your opportunity right here to get famous.
I start building houses to pay all the music stuff that I have now,
Of course.
and I have opportunities with people like Bad Bunny.
Oh, nice.
So
He has a really good music right now.
Really?
We're going to check it out.
We'll play it.
Mambo King, we're going to check it out.
We're gonna play
We're
it.
going to pull it up. We're going to plug you guys. Don't worry. But I want to hear about this house thing. Actually, more importantly right now, Mambo King, since it seems like you're in charge, I'm going to address you on this. Do you feel comfortable with your underlings here drinking tall cans of Tecate?
oh yeah.
So these guys...
especially these two guys
Yeah.
are the most calm. They always try to bring peace, like because I'm like
There's a lot of war going on in that
Yeah,
work
yeah.
site.
Let's
That's a lot
say
of
there's an errant nail gun, shot. Somebody if Jorge comes back to work and he shoots himself in the fucking toe with the nail gun, is it because of the alcohol? Would you blame the alcohol? Or would you say it's Jorge being Jorge?
I think Jorge being Jorge.
Jorge being Jorge.
It's Jorge being Jorge.
But you mentioned that these guys are calm. They're the peacekeepers.
Yes.
Is there a lot of strife in that building site next door?
Stress?
Sometimes.
Are there warring factions?
Yeah, when I see like stuff that I don't like, especially
Yeah.
with the guys doesn't listen sometimes.
Right.
So I start yelling, and I start kind of arguing with one of the guys,
Yeah.
and then we all got mad. So this guy comes in and he keep the peace.
The Mexican
way.
fan Jerry.
Mexican
He's the
fan
sheriff of that build site.
He's just smiling, but I like this guy.
And Mambo King, I noticed one day I came out and, much to my displeasure, found a Frenchman leaning against my Ford F-150 talking on the phone.
Really?
Leaning against my truck like it belonged to him.
A Frenchman.
Yeah, and I gave him the stink eye. I almost walked over and said something. I almost walked over and smacked him, Leo. But then I watched him, Mambo King, walk back to your job site.
So there's a Frenchman.
He he's a Jewish guy, but he's a Frenchman as well. But he's the owner of the house.
Oh, he's the owner of the house.
Is he?
Yeah.
Wow,
So he thinks
Danny.
he owns the neighborhood,
Danny,
apparently.
that was what it was. That's an alpha move. He was trying to stake his territory. He was saying, like, what yours is mine, really. He's like, you don't have the money to remodel this house. You don't have assets like me. That house is worth $1.2 million, Danny.
Tomorrow I'm going to walk out, find him leaned up against my mailbox.
Seriously.
And that's going to be him saying, like, hey, white boy, Gentile, I'm going to repossess your entire shit. He's circumcised, the Jewish guy, Jorge.
Yeah, he's circumcised.
And El Mambo, he owns the house.
Yes.
What was the value of the house? I'm going to give some background on this thing.
I love this, yeah.
When I moved into this neighborhood,
I love construction.
That house probably would have sold for $800,000. It was green, the color of vomit, actually, inside the wallpaper. Everything was rotted out. The shingles were a mess. Whole thing was a big teardown. And now it looks like a cutting-edge modern house. It's white oak floors, brand new black roofing job, top of the line showers and bathrooms and kitchen. How much has it increased in value?
Well, our estimated value on this house, we bought it for 1.2.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's gonna
Expensive.
sell more than 1.5.
Wow.
And the people is already watching the house. Like
Wow.
they're looking into the house already. The last house we sold it like 1 week before we even finished.
Wow.
So
That is the rule of, what real estate is all about is the location, Danny. Because, obviously this house in Kansas would be worth $200,000.
Yeah.
But this is such a centralized location, easy to get to the beach, easy to get to, Hollywood, West Hollywood, the best restaurants, Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
It's close to Beverly Hills. It's an ideal location for somebody with some cash, Somebody's going to be definitely having some sex in that house.
So let's talk about sex in the houses. If you guys were to walk into the master bedroom and you found the French guy making love to a woman,
Let me translate for Jorge.
I want to know Jorge's answer in
Jorge,
particular.
Si entras a la casa, ¿ok? Y el francés, que es el owner, ¿no? Está dándole bien fuerte a una mujer en doggy style, como de detrás. ¿Qué haces?
No, pues me para, ¿me entiendes? Tal vez le pido ahí.
Alguien
a
está
ver si
haciendo...
necesita ayuda.
Entras y el francés está haciendo sexo con una mujer
Ajá.
en un cuarto con la puerta abierta. ¿Qué haces?
what's going on, Leo?
I'm asking him what he would do if he walked in on the
He's
owner
thinking
fucking...
too much.
Yeah, why...
No, pues yo se me pararía a estar viendo que
He-
está cogiendo.
He said his penis would stand up if he was walking.
He would get
home.
erect.
He would get erect.
Jorge, Mexican fan Jerry.
Typical fan Jerry antics.
Absolutely.
It's the same thing fan Jerry would.
We should ask him how he feels about cocaine.
¿Que te gusta la cocaína?
No me...
Poco?
La he probado, pero no es un vicio.
He's tried it, but he's not addicted to it. See, he's addicted to the cocaína.
Can we ask him if there are any cockroaches in his apartment, Leo?
Él tiene muchas cucarachas en el apartamento. ¿Vos tenés cucarachas en el apartamento?
No.
Poco?
He said no.
Vivo como con 20, pero no.
He says he lives with 20 people, but there are no cockroaches.
20 people?
¿En serio? Well, it's
No,
barato, ¿no?
Sí, es más barato porque vos a ver que uno...
What is that, Leo?
He says
You
it's
have a
very
big-ass
cheap.
house.
It's cheap because he lives with 20 people.
El Mambo, have you been to this 20-man barracks?
Like a few times.
Okay.
I was there by Christmas Eve.
And what does it look like? What does it smell like?
It smells clean. Like
Nice.
I guess they clean it every day.
You have sex every day there?
Yeah.
You have...
Es necesario.
So it sounded like he
The
said.
Mexican fan Jerry is the man, dude.
Creo que es
Wait,
necesario.
El Mambo, how many bedrooms is this place?
This place, I believe, is like 4 max.
No, not
No,
this
no.
one. The
The
place
one
where-
that Jorge's
where
living.
Jorge lives.
With 19 other souls.
Like 5 bedrooms.
5 bedrooms.
How does that work?
Bunk beds, Danny boy?
Bunk beds.
Yeah.
I think this is why the COVID rates were so high in Southern California. You have these 20-man, 5-bedroom situations.
Of course. Jorge, did you get COVID?
Es que no sé, yo no me he enterado.
He says maybe, but he doesn't
Pero yo
know.
estoy bien.
That's a real
He
man
says
right there.
he's strong,
You know,
though.
because he was sniffling and he had the chills. He had the bat disease, and he showed up at work the next day regardless.
Yeah. Absolutely. He's a fucking man.
That's
dude.
what differentiates these guys from the pussy white labor force. I'm sure your French boss, I'm sure he got COVID
What
and
a
stayed
pussy.
in bed for 3 weeks.
He got 2 times.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course he did. Fuck the French.
Have you guys ever done the waiting at the Home Depot for some work? I did it once.
Yeah.
You've done it. How did you get work that day? What was that like?
You know, when I started working with this guy, the French guy, so we were building a restaurant in Sunset Street, the one that is like close to Home Depot and you know the Netflix building.
Yeah.
So there's a Home Depot
Over there in West Hollywood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right across there's like a Pollo Campero. You know, there's
Yeah.
a place from our countries.
Right.
So and then the pandemic hits, so we stopped the work.
So
And
you-
then I was waiting like for like a piece of wood, you know, in Home Depot like for 3 hours because
Wow.
they were out of stock and the prices were high, like
Yeah.
crazy high. So we decided to close the business and move on, you know, to the next project.
There we go.
Yeah, I bet you guys are conservatives and you hate what Joe Biden's done to the current economy. I can see the French guy being one of those pussies who still supports Biden in the
You think
face
he's
of
a Biden
everything.
supporter?
Is he a Biden supporter, the French guy?
Not really. He loves Trump.
Yes.
Well, he likes. Yeah,
But you know what? You know, people like, let's say, I don't like to say white people because
Say it.
Say it. It's okay. We don't like him here.
I
either.
mean, I
Crackers
can
is
say,
the politically correct slang.
I call them United Stations
Uh-huh.
because we also consider Americans ourselves.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Because we're from the same continent, I guess.
Yeah, we are. You're Americans.
But I just forgot what I was trying to say.
El
What
Mama,
do you
you've been
ask?
hitting the pen hard. This is
Hit it
probably
again.
second Takata of the day. It's all right.
Yeah, that's what I do interviews and shit like that.
No problem. El Mambo, I'm loving it. I'm loving you guys here.
So, you know, like the time when Donald Trump was in office.
Yeah.
So that's the time when I make the most money.
I
My
agree. I
entire
made
life.
I made a lot of money under his administration as well.
I mean, everybody did.
yeah.
The
everybody-
I even got like $40,000. I still have the card.
No way.
Yeah.
Who gave you $40,000 and why?
Donald Trump.
He did,
I don't know
personally.
who, but somebody gave me $40,000.
Well, that's
not
not,
bad.
a bad day.
Yeah.
Not bad.
What last thing I really am curious about is how Jorge makes love with so many roommates.
¿Cómo cuando viene una mujer a la casa con 20 personas, cómo coges? Porque hay... that-
Macizo, no importa que escuchen todos porque golpean la pared.
What does he do?
he says he doesn't give a fuck who hears,
he
Steady.
never care about the other people.
Really?
He
Never,
doesn't care.
never.
He's selfish.
Yeah, he's
Yes.
Really? How old are you, Jorge? ¿Cuántos años?
27.
He's 27 years old.
So this guy, and just clarify this.
He's
with
Fan
him.
Jerry's age. This is crazy.
Clarify this with
27 es
him.
el loco.
No, he look like
Tiene 27.
35, like 40.
He says
I
that
wanna
is that
clarify
crazy
something.
guy.
These guys are saying Fan Jerry looks 35 or 40.
Yeah,
I'm sure he'll be
well, he
pleased to hear
does.
this.
I want to clarify something.
Yeah.
He say selfish? Or who
Yeah,
says
yeah.
it? No, he's not a selfish.
Not
No?
selfish on the work site, but selfish as far as he doesn't care
Oh,
if
yeah,
he
yeah.
wakes
He's a
up
careless
his
dude.
bunkmate.
He doesn't respect his
When
elders.
he's pounding.
Is what you were
Yeah.
saying. Gotcha.
So Jorge will. How many people are in Jorge's actual room?
¿Cuántas personas están en tu cuarto?
Cuando estoy cogiendo solo una persona y yo.
He says when he's
Saco a la
fucking Danny boy, only
Yeah.
one, and the girl, of course.
No gangbangs going on over at Jorge's.
No, nunca uno de los amigos que viven ahí, uno de los roommates, vienen y hacen con una mujer a la misma vez.
Ah, no, pero se ha ocurrido, loco, porque me entendés, uno es pícaro y ya la cosa.
Sí, sí. He says no, but it has happened before.
Jorge's had himself a couple gangbangs.
Oh, you know it.
Well,
you know it.
Well, I'm glad Jorge is able to, first of all, get laid to begin with, because that's never a given.
Yeah.
And I'm glad, second of all, that his roommates are considerate and they scatter when he comes home
Exactly.
with a mamacita.
Oh, yes.
You like Latinos, huh?
Oh, he loves Latinas.
Juicy
Yeah.
ass and the red skirts and the movement in their hips.
Oh, yeah. He's a big fan of the Latinas.
And they
But
can
who
cook.
isn't? Who isn't?
I'm dating 2 lesbians. They're
Really?
from Venezuela.
No.
El Mambo, are you trying to pull one over on us here?
Well,
No, I got the text.
You're dating 2
he says
lesbians.
he's got the text.
You have 2 lesbians. They're
So-
in a relationship with each other, but they fuck you as well.
Yeah.
You take care of them. You take them out to dates.
Of course.
Wow.
El Mambo, do you consider yourself a man of power?
It depends.
It seems like you're the head contractor on what is a very successful building company.
I mean, it's $1 million enterprise. Yeah, it's great.
And that house is beautiful, so I can vouch for these guys and say their work is not shoddy. El Mambo, does being in charge of something like that afford you a certain privilege when it comes to women?
Not really.
Because I don't think a regular guy could date 2 lesbians.
That's true.
I think, I don't know. They start working on my social media. So
Okay.
that's how it went.
Danny, you know, I like to ship things, and I'm starting a new jewelry line, and my Octopo rings. Mm-hmm. I've been shipping them. ShipStation.
I
ShipStation.
thought you were using the postal service. I thought.
Oh, no,
I actually thought you were hitching up a team of mules and carrying the rings to the fans' doorsteps.
Nope, it's with ShipStation, all right? And look, online shopping isn't slowing down anytime soon, okay? It's your business ready to keep up the pace.
Mm-hmm.
You need ShipStation, guys, all right? For me, my favorite part about ShipStation is the saving of the money, all right? You get to, it works with every carrier, so you can always find the best fit for you.
So, Leo, you're telling me right now that on top of the revenue you're making with this podcast, you're selling jewelry on the side.
Yes.
A side hustle.
Yes.
And ShipStation is helping you get the merch out to the people who are buying.
Right.
And it's helping you maximize your profits?
Yes, because it works with every carrier. And look, I, with my business through ShipStation, can access the same discounted rates usually reserved for Fortune 500 companies.
Oh, wow. They're taking care of you.
Yes.
They're treating you like one of the big boys.
Yes, exactly. Now, it's saving my sanity because it's making shipping easy. It's the easiest part of having an online store, which in reality it should be, because we have to focus on bigger ideas, Danny. Bigger ideas.
Yeah.
And it's no wonder that 98% of companies that use ShipStation for a year keep using it as long as they're in business. All right, it's that good.
Well, now we're talking about the big merchants, the Visas, or even the Leo Tavios, who's something of an entrepreneur. What if I'm just a regular Joe who wants to, cut off a girl's hair in a subway, just a lock, and then mail it to her anonymously? Just to let her know somebody's following.
Personally, I think that's one of the most romantic things you could possibly do for a woman.
I think Shakespeare wrote about it.
I believe he did, and Van Gogh did something very similar with his ear. Now, look, if I was Van Gogh and I wanted to send that earlobe to my ex-girlfriend, which I'm thinking about doing the same thing. Honestly, fuck it. My right ear, I don't even need it.
Yeah, you got such long hair anyway; they won't know it's gone.
The dashboard and ShipStation is so easy to use, Danny. It would make not only shipping the damn earlobe easy, it would get me the cheapest and best rate.
Well, tell them, there's got to be some sort of discount.
Ship more in less time with ShipStation. Use our offer code LDS to get a 60-day free trial. That's 60 days.
That's 2 months.
That's a long time.
So if you guys want to ship out hats, you want to
2
ship out
months.
sneakers, you got a side business, if you want to take a dookie in a cardboard box and send it to a pretty girl at your college, you can do that with ShipStation free for 60 days using our code.
Just go to ShipStation.com, click on the microphone at the top of the page, and type in LDS. ShipStation. Make ship happen. That's nice.
Yeah. I don't like to show like the construction side.
Right.
Why not?
You're more the music.
I don't know.
You're the music. The music is what you show.
That is
the
a
music
gold
side.
mine over there, buddy.
The music is good.
But
Mambo
people
King.
sometimes in this business, the people think like, oh, you're doing construction, oh, like you know about it. Some certain people.
Mambo
That's
King.
bullshit. That's not true. In LA,
Show me your bank account. Just show them your bank account.
I'd be like, what? Yeah, you want to talk shit?
How rich
Check
a man
this
are
out.
you? How much are you worth, El Mambo?
Shit, I can say that.
Yeah, I know. The Latinos, bro, we don't share our money.
Are you afraid of being robbed by perhaps Jorge or one of his
Jorge?
Nah.
He could.
I mean, I only use cards. Like,
all right, that's good. But
I don't use cash.
El Mambo, where do you live? What kind of living situation?
I live in Banais.
Nice.
Okay.
It's a nice area.
Do you live in a house or an apartment?
It's a house.
How many
Nice.
roommates do you have?
No roommates.
Nice.
You see that?
Jorge's doing well.
Jorge, you need to get rid of the 19 freeloaders you're sharing a roof with so you can be more like Mambo King.
No,
You know how much pussy Mambo King gets?
He gets a
2
lot of
pussies.
pussy.
2.
Jorge, where do you go? You want to? Okay, ¿a dónde encontrás las mujeres para coger? Where do you find the girls that you have sex
Es que
with?
mira, si yo miro una maje que está guapa ahí y me gusta, yo le digo que me gusta, pues. La
Where's he
encontramos.
finding?
He goes. He says if he sees a chick, or he kind of said bitch. If he sees a bitch on the streets and he likes her, He'll fucking tell her, Danny boy. This guy's the man, dude.
Yeah.
Jorge's the man.
So pretend right now, tell him, Leo, that we're going to assume I'm a woman.
Okay.
I'm a 6'1", well-built, large-breasted, blonde.
Okay, and you want him to hit on you?
Yeah.
Okay, Jorge, tienes que hacer que él es una mujer ahora y queremos escuchar qué decís para como encontrar una de estas mujeres para coger. ¿Qué decís?
Cute.
Y él es una rubia y tiene tetas bien grandes.
Mamacita.
Es una mamacita. ¿Qué le decís?
¿Qué le diría? ¿Sabes qué, mi amor?
Says, my love.
Ya siento que te amo, la mera verdad. Solo con verte, ¿me entendés? Porque estás hermosa.
He says, I feel like I love you. You're absolutely beautiful.
Oh my God, I love your boots. They're so utilitarian. Is that real gold on your wrists?
Algunas cosas, algo otras son falsas, ¿me entendés? Pero hay que aparentar, porque entonces...
He says a couple of them are real, some are false.
Okay.
But he's a frugal man.
You're an honest guy, though, too.
He's
and
frugal,
that counts for
too.
something. So, what's your house like?
Where do you live? What's the living situation?
En San Valley.
In Sun Valley.
Pues yo aunque esté mal, siento que vivo bien, ¿me entendés? Porque nosotros tenemos que ser felices y todo el pedo.
Dude, he has game, dude. He goes, you know, it might not be the best living situation for some, but I'm happy. And I'm gonna let's be positive together. This guy's the fucking man.
I want to
dude.
come back to your place right now.
He said he
What
wants
do
to
you
have sex
think?
with you.
Do you want to go back?
Quiere coger.
Do you want to go back right now?
Sí, solo que tengo que llamar para sacar 20 allá a la casa.
He says, I just gotta call ahead because I gotta tell 20 people to get out of the house.
20 people?
Sí, porque...
Oh my God. That's so many. Well, I think he's got it down.
Dude, he's got it down. He's got game.
he's
Dude, Latinos
honest.
do have game. Though. I mean, would your dads kind of teach you how to talk to girls? Because that's how it was for me.
Not my dad.
Not your dad.
He never told me,
Not
hey,
my
you need to do
case.
this.
So who introduced you to like the world of women?
Myself, my
Just
friends.
yourself and your friends.
Yeah.
What about you, Mambo?
My girlfriends.
Yeah, you just learned
I always like
trial
to
and
hang
error.
with girls.
There have always been lesbian girlfriends in your life.
Sometimes, 2 times.
Mambo King, because Leo here, he learned a lot from movies
Yeah.
and his father's coaching in particular.
Yeah.
His father would stop certain Marlon Brando scenes when Marlon was really putting the moves on a dame, and he'd explain to young Leo here what was happening and why it worked. That's why he's such a pimp. Let me ask you one more question, Mambo King. We're living in increasingly politically correct times. A lot of people at companies are having to deal with sexual harassment lawsuits and off-color jokes. How do you make sure the working environment at your projects is PC?
Shit. I'm a Mac dude.
Okay, let's say this happens. Would this
You're a
be
what?
something?
Well, you're a what, dude?
You say PC?
Yeah, he's a
I'm a
Mac
Mac
guy.
dude.
So that means he doesn't give a fuck. Okay, let's say this happens.
Yeah, let's go through it.
Scenario. Jorge comes in. He's been drinking all night. He hasn't slept
Not
all
at all.
night. He comes in. He unzips his pants. He takes his penis out and
Yeah.
he waves it at everybody and he goes, "Mira mi verga, todos." Like he just comes in and shows his penis.
Do you fire him?
Do you fire him, or is this okay?
Nah, it's fine. I don't care.
You don't care.
I don't care.
All right.
As long as he don't mess with me,
Yeah, as long as he doesn't touch it. But if he just whips it out, who cares?
he can do whatever he wants.
There you go. He's a good worker.
Yeah.
What if Alex comes in and he's real pissed off because his child's school district has recently instituted gender non-binary bathrooms in the lockers. And he's pissed off because he doesn't want his son or daughter to get molested, and he's venting that frustration in the house. Do you give him a warning about transgendered sensitivity?
Probably.
You do.
He has
So
to, Danny.
that's where you draw the line.
He has to.
Yeah.
It's his duty.
I mean, he doesn't have to bring his problems to this house.
That's right, dude. He doesn't even need it. He doesn't need to bring them up.
He should be at home. Like, come back when you feel right. You know?
There we go. Go home.
Yeah. But he's not going to get paid that day.
Oh, there we go.
Alex, how do you feel about transgender people while we're at it?
I'm not sure.
He's a transgender.
He's a transgender. Oh my God! I wish we could. One day, can we send somebody over completely naked into your job site? Just one of our fans.
Yeah, as long as the Frenchman is not there. Yeah.
If the
What will the French guy do?
Wait, what about, can we do this right now?
Yeah,
Can
let's
somebody-
do it.
Fuck him.
Yeah, can we come visit the job site real quickly?
Sure.
We're just gonna come in real quick. We'll film with an iPhone,
Yeah.
and somebody's got to pull their cock out on the job site.
Who wants to pull their cock out on the job site, Nico?
I'll do it.
Danny will do it. He'll do it.
Yeah, I'll do it. Let's
He'll
do it. Let's
He'll
go.
do it.
Let's
All
go.
right, let's go.
Oh, also plug your music real quick, guys.
Yeah, plug the music. Plug the music.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, what is it called?
Over there or
Yeah. Type it in. What, your Instagram or what?
Sexto Sentido.
Sexto, SEXTO, no?
Yeah.
And then
Sentido.
SEXTO, and then SENTID,
Yeah.
and then
That's the one.
DO. Yeah, play them.
I'm not gonna monetize.
Are you gonna demonetize us?
No, it's okay. Nice anyway. Is that you singing, Mambo King?
No, this is Bad Bunny.
Oh, no, but you have the
It's
beat. You did the
yeah.
beat? Wow.
The #1 artist in the world.
Wow, man.
So you have the #1 artist in the world on your track.
Yeah.
Wow, man.
On his beginnings.
Way back in the day?
This song is 2017.
All right, so a couple years ago before he blew up,
This is when Trump was in office.
yeah, he did a song with Bad Bunny, who is, yeah, he's listened to more than pretty much anyone right now. A lot of the Latino, yeah.
Mambo King, where can we find this? If you don't mind bringing the phone down.
Sexto Sentido?
We're gonna let them go find it themselves and download it as they please.
Yeah.
I mean, they just put Bad Bunny,
Uh-huh.
little show everywhere.
Yeah, Bad Bunny everywhere.
What's
yeah.
your Instagram, Mambo King?
Mambo I am.
Mambo I am.
All right, add Mambo I am.
I-A-M.
Hey,
I-A-M.
Mexican
Mambo
fan
I
Jerry
am.
or Alex, you guys want to shout anything out?
You want to say anything?
Yo no entiendo lo que me
Que quieres promotar algo?
¿Qué?
Que promotar algo.
We're gonna make you an Instagram. We're gonna make Mexican fan Jerry an Instagram.
Red social o algo.
Sí, algo así.
O que te sigan en Instagram o algo.
¿Quieres que te sigan?
Es que loco yo deja redes sociales. Yo no entiendo, loco, pero yo estoy aquí, ¿me entendés?
He says he doesn't really fuck with social media, but he's
I'll
here.
pay for his followers.
Yeah, you're missing out on pussy too.
But he's
bud.
here.
You're missing out on pussy. Oh, let me try to say it in Spanish, Leo.
Te estás en la, si tenés un good sociales or whatever, viene mucha panocha con eso.
Ah, no todo el tiempo, es que tenés que ir ahí donde ella.
He does it on the
porque-
street.
He
He's old
says,
school.
nah, he says you go up to them in person.
I
man.
love it.
Dude, Jorge's
Your
the
dad-
man.
your dad would love this
Oh,
guy.
I love this guy. Are you from, ¿de dónde son? Where are you from?
I'm from El Salvador.
El Salvador.
Yeah.
Awesome. Pupusas. Oh my
Oh,
God.
the best.
Dude, you guys got it. If you've never tried a pupusa, it's an El Salvadorian dish. It's unbelievable. What
Pero
about
es
you?
que no todas las pupusas, hay unas que saben mal, ¿me entendés?
I see,
Pero
you see.
Nosotros somos de Honduras.
Oh, Honduras.
He's Honduran fan Jerry.
bro. Honduran fan Jerry is so.
thought he was-
It's even better, dude. It might be Honduran fan Jerry, guys.
There he is.
And then you were
El
from
Salvador.
El Salvador too.
And guys,
Oh, wow.
don't tune out anybody. We're going over with a vlog camera to check out the construction site. I'm gonna pull my penis out, and then we're gonna have Nico on for about 10 or 20 minutes before he has to head back to Orange County.
Yes. All right.
So come a little closer, Austin. This is hilarious. So Honduran fan Jerry says he's feeling a little drunk, and he's getting anxious about who's gonna pull their penis out.
Yeah.
Not because he's worried about getting in trouble. He's excited.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm Well, Mambo King, you want to take us inside?
Sure. Beautiful place. Fucking shit. Holy shit.
Mambo, this place was a piece of shit before you guys arrived. Yeah. Yes.
Wow. Fuck.
This is a concrete, pure concrete island.
Wow, this is pure concrete. This is
One whole
sick.
piece made by Jorge.
Holy Jorge, Mexican fan Jerry.
¿Hicieron esto? ¿Hiciste esto? Ajá, los chavalos
And we've got top of the line appliances.
Wow.
Fridge air, microwave.
You got double oven?
Okay.
Like same as these.
So you had a dig.
Yes.
Wow.
Let's check it out. Let's move on to the bedrooms, guys. Let's do this.
This is gorgeous, man.
Beautiful little guest bathroom here.
Wow, like the little sink, man. That's cool.
And we can see, I don't know if you guys saw, there's some college-age chicas next door.
Yeah.
Has Mexican Fanjeri been hitting on them? You guys are
Not really. I wish.
a bedroom. Where's the master? I sniffed the master. No, this one's not ready to go yet. Here it
That's
is.
probably, no, this is the master, yeah.
Bam, walk-in closet.
Beautiful.
Not that large, honestly. Great bathroom, though. Oh my God, Leo. What a luxurious bathroom.
This is beautiful. Holy stop, dude. No way, dude. Look at this. You just fucking hit this and bam.
I was gonna bust it out here, but it would feel better for me if I pulled out my penis on Jorge's handiwork out there in the
I
kitchen.
agree. I agree.
All right, I'm gonna test the tolerance of this work.
All right, so, yeah, are you just gonna walk in with your penis out to these guys in the back?
Here's a walk-in closet.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah, this is amazing.
That bathroom is unbelievable. Wow.
It's great.
This is a beautiful house.
Because they block in the doors.
All right, let me get shoved up for a second. Keep the camera on.
I love it, dude. How funny is this?
You guys should move to this house.
Yeah, I know, man. He's big time. We gotta get a little bigger.
Yeah.
We make a decent living, but you know.
I don't want Honduran Fanjeri to see me in a less than ideal state.
No, of course.
All right. Honduran Fanjeri, come on.
Yeah.
Frenchman is like
What do you say, Obama?
He said it.
You know, watch yours out then.
Yeah,
Hey, hold
this is great. This is great.
on. Ask Honduran Fanjeri how he feels about my penis.
¿Qué piensas del tamaño depende?
No, pues no pienso nada, no, porque tengo el mío, ¿me entiendes? Yo tengo el mío
He says he worries about his and he doesn't really judge other people's penises. This guy's like a philosopher.
Sí, porque
This guy's deep.
He is deep.
This guy's deep.
Sí, porque yo no sé qué es lo que él sabe hacer con el dedo, pero...
He says he doesn't know what your technique is anyway, and that's what matters. Listen.
Porque yo puedo tener uno grande, pero no lo puedo usar.
Yeah, he says, what if you already did one, but you don't know how to fucking use it? Then you're just a bitch.
Come over here, Austin. I'm going to try to summarize Honduran Fanjeri's philosophy right now. I like it. A, thrift. He buys counterfeit jewelry and admits it's counterfeit because he likes to save money.
He saves money.
Also, on the thrift tip, he has 19 roommates in a 5-bedroom house.
Right.
His B virtue, honesty.
Right.
If he meets a nice-looking woman on the street, he's not gonna lie and be like, "Oh, baby, I drive a Mercedes.
Right, no.
I live in the Hollywood Hills." He tells the truth, and if she doesn't like it, she can take a fucking hike.
That's right.
And then C, virtue C, is making the best of what you have.
Right.
Whether it be your finances, your personality, your physical appearance, or your penis size. Honduran Fanjeri.
Honduran Fanjeri, you are welcome anytime over here. Welcome to the regime. You're the man. He calls it a bird, dude. That's his bird.
Why not a snake? I'm gonna take a story with Honduran Fanjeri.
Honduran Fanjeri.
That's gonna be his style.
That's his dad.
Can you grab a side profile of him so you see the mullet? Hey, can you see the hair? So there he is.
I'll just take a still.
He doesn't want that hand that's been on the fucking bird, dude. Hey, you guys are the best.
Mambo King, thank you.
Hey, you guys made, dude, that's awesome. Check it out. So we'll see you guys again and we'll talk about this.
All right.
Let me know. Watch it, guys. My name is Austin.
Beautiful.
See you guys.
Leo. My old method for dealing with stress, I think you can agree, was not healthy.
It's archaic.
I would drive by the sorority houses at UCLA and moon them out the window.
I mean, look, it was an effective way to deal with your stress, but I also have been put onto a new sponsor for the podcast, Noom. And Noom, I've been using the app for about a week now, and it's It's pretty incredible, to say the least.
So you've stopped dangling your penis in front of the koala bears at the zoo.
Yeah, look, that used to be an absolutely unbelievable way to kind of just get into a state of flow, to forget all my problems.
Yeah.
Right.
Because they would think it was a eucalyptus leaf sometimes, and what they did afterwards felt good.
It felt so good. But is that a long-term solution, Danny? It's not. It's not.
It's true.
Learning to manage daily stress and anxious thoughts is something we all want, but many of us don't know where to even begin. All right. So Noom Mood is here to guide you to mental wellness and give you the tools you need to tackle stress so you'll feel empowerment to take on whatever life throws at you. Now, for example, it's about 10 minutes a day that you need to dedicate to this. So it's not like you're dedicating your life to it. And it gives you, it's step by step. It's extremely easy to use. You can't go on to the next step until you complete the prior step. Not only that, guys, I am talking to a real coach, someone there for me that is an expert to help me deal with my stress. I have already divulged my addictions to this woman. And what I
Gambling, drinking, blowjobs.
Yes.
He actually did.
I
This
did.
is real.
This is real. And I actually do believe that this app is going to help me a lot. I'm very excited that Noom gifted me a period to use this and to really reap the benefits.
I as well. I've been going through this app with Leo, and it really is an amazing product they put together, all joking aside. Every morning, I wake up at 6, and I spend the first 2 hours of my day priming myself mentally for the day ahead, reading positive works in the field of psychology or personal growth, meditating, journaling. This Noom app basically gives you all the collected wisdom from the best authors and psychologists out there in a little morsel, just 10 minutes a day, that'll get you in the same prime state it takes me 2 hours to get in. It really is astounding.
It's unbelievable. Guys, we looked at there's 665,000 ratings and it has a 4.8 on the App Store.
It's no BS.
You think that many people are wrong about this app? This thing's incredible. I mean, personally, I tend to go into these wormholes of hedonistic behavior that then lead me to depression. I talked about my mother, my ex-girlfriend, and my sex addiction being sources of pain right now already with an expert on an app. It's just like I have a buddy there for me at all times because Danny can't take anything seriously. If I tell him anything about my life that's serious, this piece of shit to the right, he doesn't give me anything. He'll never have a serious conversation with me because he lacks empathy.
Yeah, I'll call you a bitch and smack you in the face. But honestly, guys, the wisdom here, the dealing with stress, just not even talking to the therapist, but just reading the daily lesson has made me happier, less stressed, and it's saving me a lot of time because instead of digging through a 1,000-page book on a positive mental attitude, I can do my 10-minute daily lesson and feel energized, motivated, and happier all day. So thank you, Noom.
It's backed by science, all right? Lessons based on psychological principles that teach you about your relationship with stress and anxiety. It's robust, provides you with a variety of tools and techniques to try out and discover. It holds your hand through the daily curriculum, makes it so easy, coupled with one-on-one coach that guides and encourages you on your journey. Guys, it's a real human that you can access
How
anytime
can they
you
access
want.
this? What's the code, Leah?
Listen, so you guys are stronger than your stress. It doesn't get to control you. You have to equip yourself with the knowledge and skills to steer yourself to happiness. All right, one size doesn't fit all. You can navigate the program at your own pace, and you'll also have the support of a coach along the way. And that's my favorite part by far. It's a buddy in your pocket there for you. All right, as experts in behavior change, Noom has helped millions of people through their weight loss program also. So they can help you tackle stress. Worry less and feel happier. Sign up for your trial at Noom.com/LDS. That's Noom, NOOM.com/LDS, guys. Let's get performing at a high level.
Dino's leg still hurts for me throwing him in the Led Zeppelin video.
He does. It does, yeah.
I went up to my judo instructor because I'm a total white belt in judo, and I was a little proud. I'm going to be honest. I threw this alt-right 125-pound drunk kid into a pillar and made his leg hurt. I go up to my instructor. I was like, hey, man, that throw we were drilling a couple weeks ago, I hit it on our bitch-ass assistant on my podcast. And he's like, oh, yes, Daniel, very nice. Which throw did you hit? And I was like, Uchimata. And then I showed it to him, and he's like, no. That is an agoshi. Agoshi. And he got like upset that I didn't know the name of the throw that I used against Dino.
Would you say you're a little reckless when jiu-jitsuing and when you're drunk?
I wasn't drunk.
Yeah, well, you were mentally drunk. When you see people get drunk around you, you can kind of get in that state. Have you noticed that?
And Dino, too, he was shirtless, and he kind of looks like a meth addict.
Right.
Like, I've heard it said that when police are chasing somebody, the same fight or flight instincts kick in that a lion gets when a gazelle sprints away. It's just in our nature. And with Dino, I get that fight or flight / he looks like a dude who probably just had sex with his sister and is going to go hold up a 7-Eleven. So I get extra aggressive with him.
Yeah, he looks like a guy who's going to make just terrible decisions. Even just like what he ate that day, he deserves to be punished for. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
With an Agoshi.
With an Agoshi. I like to look. I had no problem with it, but you have been reckless. One time when you jiu-jitsu'd me the first time in Vegas, it was at Adam Foo's place, and I thought you tried to take me down pretty hard, and there was a coffee table there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I never was into the roughhousing like that. How do you just suspend your like kind of fear of hurting someone else?
I don't.
Exactly.
The key
You're a
is
sick
to
bastard.
lean into it, actually.
You lean into it.
And also, we should say right now that we just went and toured Mexican fan Jerry's handiwork. We went to his apartment. I pulled my, as he would put it, bird out. That's
He pulled his bird out and he put it on Honduran fan Jerry's work.
Yeah, I put it on his countertop.
on the countertop that he made.
And that might not be available for the audio only people. That might be video only. So you might have to tune into YouTube to check that out. But now we've got Nico on the mic, ready to be interviewed. We've got fan Josh on standby, gonna call in, and we're ready to do the rest of our show.
Hi, Nico.
Start off with a nice pull of Glenfiddich.
You're gonna do that.
Oh, this
I'm
is
gonna take a
great.
Pull of Glenfiddich
All
right
right,
now.
you have to drive home, keep in mind.
I'm just a
Listen,
thing of
Nico.
Glenfiddich.
Listen,
It's
Nico.
not too bad.
If you want to get hammered on this pod,
I'm not
I
getting
support
hammered.
it because you could stay with me until you're fine. We can go watch the Batman movie. It's 3 hours. You'll be fine by the end of it.
I like how, did you see that, Leo? I bring it up like this might be a problem. You're driving home, right? And he's like, it's just Glenfiddich. Oh, it's just undiluted scotch?
Yeah.
Oh, in that case, take another pull.
Yeah, it's only 40 proof. What is it? No, it's 40% alcohol.
40% alcohol.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or I
it's just
think it's,
Glenfiddich, Leo. What the hell? It's
Yeah,
just,
what?
it's just
It's
Glenfiddich. It's just, you know
I
what?
bet you whiskey has been responsible for the
Well,
most
if my lawyer
DUIs.
calls you and says, "Did
Don't
he
you
do
think?
anything?"
Probably.
Don't you think? Yeah, whiskey or scotch, the same family of alcohol.
It's just scotch, Leo. It's just scotch.
Jesus.
It's
It's,
don't
only
even worry
one of the
about it.
strongest alcohols on earth.
Let's bring him a shot glass.
Fuck.
It's 40%. It's the
Let me
same
take
as
a pull.
most other ones.
Let's
Yeah,
get
pass
some
that
wild
shit.
turkey. Let's get some
Wait,
wild turkey.
did you hear that son of a bitch over there? Did you hear that?
We, if you might recall, gave Dino, it might have been on the Patreon podcast,
Yeah.
a big tug of Glenfiddich. Not even a tug, actually.
This is
It was
not
a
bad.
water glass filled up, I would say a third of the way. He slammed it and was shit-faced for the rest of the Patreon pod.
That shit was delicious.
No, it wasn't. Scotch is never delicious.
Honestly, I barely even tasted that shit.
Dino, you want to get hammered again?
Oh yeah.
No.
Wow, he's a sick little bastard.
He
Why are
can't.
you so into
I'm
drugs?
cutting him off.
Why are you so into drugs? Why don't you go listen to you should listen to Honduran fan Jerry. He doesn't let anything overtake him.
Well, Hunter and Fanjeri also just crushed a tall can of Tecate.
But he was very tipsy afterward, which means that his tolerance isn't that high, Danny, which means he isn't an alcoholic.
He is the best worker I've seen basically in my entire life, and he was drunk, I assume, basically the whole time.
Honestly-
so I don't see why I can't be drunk and hold the action cam. It's not like I'm handling a fucking nail gun.
I'm worried about this. I don't want to establish a precedent here where Dino comes on the show and gets drunk every episode.
Look, I think that Dino is one of those people with a really addictive personality. He's always just a moment away from trying heroin on the street and ruining his life and having to live on the streets under an underpass or maybe by the river. I think Dino would pick like the river.
I think
The
he likes
river would
water
be
as
pretty
well.
base.
Nico, you were raising your hand over there. First of all, don't do that. What do you have to say, though?
Well, I don't want to interject because I know how you don't want people talking over each other.
Uh-huh.
But
God,
I say grant the man some liquor.
Of course, Nico. Of course, Nico
Aw,
would
shit.
agree with that plan.
Nico, god damn it, dude. It's just because it's one of those things that Nico grew up with. His family, when they shared great moments, there was always alcohol. Is that correct?
Not in all great moments, but at dinner parties and barbecues, of course.
And you have a lot of those because you live in Orange County and you're an uppity little white bastard.
No.
You grew up
Austin,
in the
you have to
valley.
drive. Austin Austin's beckoning for the bottle of Glenfiddich.
Right there.
I got this on my birthday, by the way, from photographer Bryce. Clout Diet on Instagram. So shout out.
It's a solid.
It's all a $35 bottle.
Yeah, it's nice.
I'm sorry, guys. I don't drink personally. I guess I'm apologizing to Clout Diet. So I'm sharing the wealth with the crew. Nico, now that you've had a little bit of Glenfiddich and you've got time, because we need you to sober up before you drive home,
Of course.
tell us about the filming for Danny Mullen.
What's that like? People want to know.
He's our filmer, by the way, if anybody isn't aware of that for some reason.
Of course, he does get in front of the camera, and he's a superstar in front of the camera. But what's that like?
That's a very broad question. If you can narrow it down,
Fair.
what it's like filming for Danny Mullen is, it's like white or black, and it can range in between the grays and whatnot.
I want
depending on
to
the
start with the complaints. Start with the things you do not like about filming with Danny Mullen.
shoot.
I know there's a few.
The things that I don't like,
Choose your words carefully, too.
I don't like his
Your job hangs in the
I don't
balance.
like his small penis.
Oh, stop it.
I don't
So you're
like-
self-loathing because yours is smaller.
There you go. And I don't like when Leo flamboyantly exposes his penis nicely to me. Those are the two.
Flamboyantly exposes his penis nicely.
I've never been one of the people that likes to whip out the old penis, right? But for some reason, the way that Nico reacts to my penis being shown is really, really entertaining to me. And I like to do it on the road. It keeps morale up.
Okay, so what I'm hearing right now is reasons why I shouldn't build an HR department within our company.
Yeah.
Because already we'd have issues. My cameraman's two primary complaints about the job are my small penis, which nothing I can do about that.
I don't care about
the
seeing
other
it, it's
one
just that if it was
is
bigger.
that you pull your penis out on him against his will.
I did the most penis showing on this video this last week. I felt kind of dirty afterward, to be completely honest.
Yeah, Leo and I got naked in front of each other twice for a long period of time.
Yeah.
I had to stare at your cock close range, Leo, which is a first.
So did
close range.
Another man as well. It was pretty weird. Yeah.
And a woman.
It should be funny, I think.
Yeah, it'll be great.
Yeah.
A woman saw your penis, though.
I like that.
Which
I
is a
like
bonus.
That was great.
You made a woman who lives in Venice, California, look at your penis, and she has a boyfriend.
Yes, we told her that the nudist colony we made up that there was a nudist colony that wanted us to take these pictures. It worked. It worked well. But I'd like to think, Danny, because I did say, hey, are you going to tell your boyfriend? I was kind of giving her an out. And I think that she was a little excited to see us naked, don't you think?
Absolutely. She
like
wouldn't
to
have
think
said
that.
yes otherwise.
I'd like to think that.
Yeah, basically what we did, just to summarize this real quick, and then we'll move back to Nico.
Yeah.
We were out at the Salton Sea, Bombay Beach, right next to Slab City in the Imperial Valley of California. Longtime fans of the channel might know we've been there many times. And when we were driving down one of the near deserted streets of Bombay Beach, a Belgian guy on a one-wheel drove by. Good-looking guy. And we flagged him down and asked, hey, just what the heck are you doing here? He told us his name was Xander, right?
Yeah, interesting name.
His name was Xander, and he's a coder or some sort of visual artist. And that struck me as surprising because I thought everybody out here was collecting government paychecks, and maybe they had some sort of construction job on the side.
Right.
Maybe they would go around and re-waterproof your deck for $20 and a hit of meth if you needed that.
Yeah, meth. Keyword meth.
This guy, though, said he's a visual artist, he's employed, and there's an artist commune on the edge of Bombay Beach. So what did Leo and I do? We decided we're going to go get some woman to take pictures of us naked on the beach and then show those pictures to the artists to try to gain their acceptance at the artist compound.
And look, it worked. Okay, there was a guy, I can't do it justice, so you'll see it in the video, but he broke down our nude, but way better than either one of us could have broke it down.
Absolutely.
With an artistic eye.
Absolutely. So Leo and I are just standing there with our cocks out like doofuses.
Yeah.
And this guy's like, oh, wow. Yeah, I absolutely see the nihilism of what you're doing here. The shades, absolutely. And then right here, the way you're using the crosses, it's very indicative of traditional Judeo-Christian values, which you're clearly paying no respect toward. And we told him, we started piling on. And we're like, we're actually really inspired by the post-Dadaist movement that took hold in Europe around World War II.
Oh, yeah.
And you could say this is our post-Dadaist masterwork. And then what did we do, Leo?
Well, we did some Dadaism, which was
Live Dadaism.
live Dadaism, which was basically me and Danny getting completely naked and dancing. It was an interpretive dance to some music he was playing.
Yep, he played piano while we shook our penises around.
Yeah, the experiences that we put that experience once in a lifetime, dancing for a man in the desert, completely naked.
Yep.
It was interesting.
And he referred to the place we were dancing at as the Beverly Hills of Slab City.
Right.
We found the Beverly Hills of Slab City, people.
It was nice.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned.
They had an internet connection there.
Stay tuned.
And the guy had a real job.
Yeah.
Nico, how did you feel about that segment?
I felt like that guy was probably bisexual at some point.
Damn it,
because
you had to
he
ruin
really
it.
enjoyed it. He was looking straight at the dongs.
Really?
Yeah, he didn't need to look at his hands for the keys. He knew those notes. He was just looking at you guys.
You think just God, like that guy was like having a bad day and he woke up that day and was like, God, I hope 2 6'3", good looking men come by and just whip their cocks out right in this bus.
Yeah, while I'm playing my favorite piece of music.
I mean, if that guy was gay or bisexual, that was just a God sent moment.
Yeah, I think about that. What's your favorite thing to do, Leo?
Probably have sex with females.
It's something other than that.
Sex
Play
men.
softball. Play softball.
Okay, imagine you're playing softball and 2 5'11" beach volleyball playing chicks from USC walk by with their titties out while you're at bat.
Oh my God!
You know
they
what?
start shaking them,
And they shake them to give you encouragement.
Right.
That's the equivalent to what this guy got.
and then they even ask. I asked him what he thought about my penis too, which really was
Makes you
interesting.
gay.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I was
it
gonna
was the
say
gayest.
this sounds really, really
It's pretty
fucking
gay.
Oh, Dino.
I bet you think it sounds
Drunk,
Is he
Dino?
already
No,
drunk?
get that mic away from his
Go ahead and
face.
finish. I
We're
want
just
another poll.
comparing our
Nico,
dicks to titties
Go ahead and finish.
shaking in front of a guy's face.
you're a piece of shit, Dino. It's all we have to pursue ridiculous situations and funny moments for people like you that look a lot like you. Because if you weren't here working here, you would be a
So
goddamn
you're gay
fan.
for pay.
Shut up, Dino.
It is not
Get
gay
that
for
mic
pay.
away from
Every
Dino.
guy is gay for paid at some point. Dino, shut the fuck up.
Not Dino, because Dino's base.
Dino, let me ask you a
Dino,
question.
get the mic
Dino.
away from him.
Yeah,
Get the
fuck
mic
him.
away from him,
Fuck this
Austin.
drunk fuck.
Nico,
Yes, sir.
you seem, I can't really judge your mental state right now. You're a little bit buzzed. You're a little worn out from a hard weekend of work. But tell us the best part now that you've aired out the negatives. The best part about being Danny Mullen's cameraman.
The best part is, I mean, it's always going to sound, I think the right word may be cliche. It's weird hearing myself when you do this. It's really fun. Like, we're out there traveling, we're being boys, we're fucking around. It's like not often you can tell your boss that he's this cocksucking piece of shit motherfucker as a joke.
What?
But
You're fired.
oh, there we go. Yeah.
That's the last time.
Oh yeah, totally. But we just it's always fun, just being with the boys. I get to create content. I like looking back and being like, hey, I filmed all this. Yes, Danny and Ian do a great job editing and everything, but I'm like, hey, I filmed all this. It looks good. Danny and Leo, when they make me laugh behind the camera, that's my favorite part.
Unfortunately, that is a rare occurrence indeed.
Well, because I hold it back, but when I can't break, like I laugh, I'll laugh inside all the time. But when it's to the point where I just start just cackling, oh, dude, those are like some of my best moments. I love it.
I don't know how to describe it exactly, but we have like our own little world that we get into, right? Us three, where we're trying to be positive, but also keep a level of humor high. And what that means is Danny about every 3 or 4 minutes calls Nico a faggot. Right? Would you say that's about right?
Give or take.
Give or take. And that keeps
It's motivation.
It's motivation, right? It keeps
It's the spur in the side of the horse.
like, why don't we tell him about the necklace that we want to purchase for Nico? I'm actually in the process of getting it made.
Let's
we can't say this that many times. on the pod,
There's a lot of F words.
Let's say it rhymes with the you know the word. Let's call it maggot.
I got a better road to go down here.
All right.
We're talking about being good friends on the road and cracking each other up and not taking things too seriously. Let's maybe talk about the encounter we had at In-N-Out after our shoot this weekend. Our encounter at In-N-Out that unfortunately might have been funnier than anything we shot.
Did, yeah. That always happens because when there's no pressure, there's no cameras rolling, we just free up, and Danny likes to go on these improv, basically wormholes, and they're amazing because we have time to set up the jokes too. I mean, there's this a woman approaches me about my fur coat, which, by the way, if you want to get attention in the world, wear a fur coat. Everywhere we went, these fur coats we wore, you've seen them in videos before.
You forgot about the main thing of being 6'5" while
Shut
wearing a
your
fur
mouth.
coat.
Shut your mouth. Any fur coat on any man
Over 6 feet.
will open some doors.
If you wanted to do that in and out in a fur coat, you would have
come
gotten
on.
some attention too, Neeks. You just didn't have the
Absolutely.
confidence to rock fur.
Different kind of attention.
Little Neeksies. Anyway, we, of course, we're there. A woman approaches me. She looks like she might be interested. She's,
Not bad looking.
not bad looking.
A
Got
6.
nice green eyes.
A 6.
I would call her a 6. And all of a sudden, we're bored. You know what I mean? We're eating. We're about to eat.
Let's back up a little bit.
Leo's bored and horny.
Let's back up a little bit. This is what happened. We came in the fur coats.
Yeah,
That draws some attention.
immediately.
But the real attention doesn't start hitting until after we order. The guy who takes our order says, Danny, I'm a huge fan,
Oh
man.
my
Can I get a
God,
picture
yeah.
with you guys? So the dude who's taking orders at the front of the line starts posing for photos with us up front.
Immediately, we're superstars.
That's
at
what
that end.
really hooks in the attention of this woman, who again is a 6, and Leo is single. So I start joshing with Leo. Hey, man, if you need to use my truck for 5 minutes, I know we're in a hurry, but I will give you that time.
I thought it would be funny if I could if I attempted to get a blowjob in the car, in the truck.
In the truck.
Now, of course, Danny ruined that for me completely, and I wanted to say that too. You did ruin that. I thought it would have been I thought it was like a 90% chance that she might have blown me.
Well,
in the car.
let's back up a little bit to how it happened.
I need to come in here. No, Danny did not ruin it.
Well, let's back
Oh,
up.
really?
Let's back
Nico?
up. You guys are jumping the gun so much.
Well,
We're gonna
I know
get to
the
the end of the story. It all makes sense. But
that
go ahead.
Leo was eyeing her, and then Danny was like, "Hey, you should go invite her to sit down here." And
There
eat
we
with
go.
us."
Give me
But-
some
so
credit,
then-
motherfucker.
So
did,
then,
you
with
did.
that idea,
So I
Leo-
send Neeks. I send Neeks in to go retrieve this
I
chick.
think actually I went to go get soda, and I told Leo, "Should I invite her?" And
Yeah, I
Leo's
said
like,
yes.
"Sure, do it." Even though it was Danny's original idea, but I
yeah.
took the lead. I went up there and said, "Hey, are you eating here?" She's like, "No, I'm getting to go." It's like, "Well, we have a seat here if you want to wait." So she's like, "Oh, perfect." She comes down and sits with us. But the first fucking thing out of her mouth was that she was a sound healer.
Right.
Which was an instant red flag.
Now, an instant red flag I see Danny's eyes light up because because I know the next thing out of Danny's mouth is going to be some absolute bullshit. And what did you say?
Well, even before that, she stated, "Well, I got into sound healing because I was struck by lightning
let-
in 2012."
Let me give her
Right,
monologue here. This
Yeah,
is
give the monologue.
We think this girl is a slightly, well, I'll say an average-looking woman who nothing special, but is just going to be a normal local chick. Like, yeah, I work at Burlington Coat Factory. I'm a manager, though. I have a little apartment. I'm actually doing part-time at law school, night school, law school. We think it's going to be that kind of chick,
Right.
just like a whatever kind of girl who would be good for a quick suck. But all of a sudden, she starts saying things like, yeah, I'm a sound healer because I was driving down the Interstate 10 and I was struck by lightning.
It was around Morongo Casino. She was struck by lightning.
And I was deaf for 15 minutes afterwards. And then I started having hot flashes. But when I had these hot flashes, I could see my ancestors swirling in the sky.
And Danny, of course, added insult to injury because he goes, "Oh, wow, are you now a clairvoyant? Because I've heard when people get struck by lightning, they become clairvoyant." And she, of course,
And she eats it up, just like, yeah, absolutely.
She goes,
And
she's
I'm
in
writing a
training.
book right
Yeah,
now.
she's writing a
and
book.
the book is about how to guide people through their spiritual instincts. So she asks us then why we were out in Imperial County. And I just say, listen, you know how polluted the Salton Sea is? We were gathered in prayer to try to pray the toxins out of the water. I don't tell people this often.
he said that we went to a prayer circle, basically, in Bombay
he held
Beach.
the circle.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we held it.
Nico's
and-
drunk.
Yeah, he is.
You don't remember it, dude. I remember exactly everything you said to her. It was hilarious.
The
I think
delivery
I
was
saw it down.
amazing. The way you brought up the prayer stuff was an incredible delivery. Because I was trying not to laugh. I immediately was like, all right, it's done. I'm not getting this blowjob, that's for sure.
She keeps talking, though, and just goes deeper and deeper down the crazy hole. At which point, I have to go get our food. While I'm getting the food, I decide, like, all right, when I get back there, I don't care what this bitch is saying, I'm going to blow it up.
Yeah.
So I walk back to the table, and the first thing I say is, listen, because she's just
my
like,
God, this is so
she's
funny.
like, oh, yeah, absolutely. Like, but tea leaves, palm reading. The thing about palm reading, I said, listen, bitch, this guy over here, I'm pointing at Nico, he is a passionate and a punishing physical lover. And when he has a sex with a woman, it is not uncommon for him to leave bruises.
And she goes, oh, really? Eats it up. Loves it.
I haven't crossed the line yet. Just now, as I'm saying these things about him being a punishing lover, another fan, another employee actually, comes out of the back office door.
And if this guy's watching, I'm going to give you a round of applause, buddy. You're hilarious.
Nathan, shout out.
Is that his name?
Nathan
from the Palm Springs In-N-Out.
Yeah.
Comes right over to the table and just says, man, I'm a huge fan. Can I please get a photo? The girl at this point has to ask, who are you? Why do these people all know you? I say, my name is Danny Moonshadow.
Danny Moonshadow.
I'm a shaman who puts on seminars across California to help people with personal growth.
Yeah.
Nathan,
Oh my God.
like a goddamn comedic genius, goes, yeah, man, I went to one of his seminars. It cost $1,000, but the most enlightening experience of my life.
Dude, Nathan's the man, dude. Nathan, dude, that was incredible. He knew what we were doing.
But then, so this girl, because she's like trying to write a book on spiritual healing, of course, she probably wants to take me now, not Leo, me in her mouth and pleasure me. But I can't let that be, Leo.
No.
I got to ruin it. So
He ruined it.
I lock eye contact with this girl who we started calling amongst ourselves Sandrine number 2.
She's basically, we need them to battle. If Sandrine and Sabrina is her name, if they battle, oh my God. I don't know what would happen.
So I just look this chick in the eye and I'm like, listen, there's something I got to tell you, Sabrina. In my last seminar, a kid got molested. And Leo and I just crumple over dying laughing. We cannot keep it together. And the whole time him and I are laughing, the hardest we've laughed maybe in months.
Yeah.
Sabrina's like, what's funny about that? That's not funny.
Yeah.
Why is that funny?
And I'm like, yeah, it's not. Like trying not to laughing. And then, of course, what does Danny do?
He was overcome with like this energy and he can't control it sometimes. Like she would know that.
Right.
Then he gets up and fucking leaves both of us.
He leaves us alone. He leaves us alone. Dude. I had 3/4 of my burger and my fucking animal style fries to finish.
And she
with
blocked
this
me.
girl.
She was blocking me in too, so she was not getting up.
You were in the interior seat,
I was in
Nico.
the interior. She was in the outside.
I can tell this is like, I don't want to be a... Somebody told me recently that they bought a condo in downtown LA 10 years ago. Since they bought that condo, there have been like 3 promises by the city to revitalize the area. The guy told me, fuck it, I'm selling this thing. I'm not going to be around for the 4th rebuild. Not going to be me. I didn't want to be around for Sabrina's rebuild. I didn't want to be there to regain her trust and assure her that a kid didn't get molested and that we were comedians. I'm like, fuck this. I'm going to eat my double-double in the car. I'm going to leave these shitheads to deal with the wreckage.
You're a piece of shit for doing that. And,
she was so pissed because apparently she got molested.
She had gotten molested, which she shortly. So basically, this is how it went.
She said.
This is how it went. It was like funny, peak funny. This is hilarious. She got molested right after. I then have to stay there for 30 more minutes talking to her about life and her goals and what she wants to do.
And why Danny is so fucked up. And we just met him at the prayer circle.
Yeah.
Hey,
That's the whole
$1,000 a
thing.
ticket seminars, baby.
Yeah.
I can be fucked up with that asking price.
She was pretty confused as far as, and she said this was a funny, when I asked her this morning, because of course Danny wanted me to get her on the pod. I asked her this morning, I was like, yeah, do you want to be on our podcast that we told you about? Just Danny wants to apologize. And she goes, yeah, I've been Googling Danny Moonshadow. I didn't find anything.
Call her right now. She said she's too busy. Leo said she claims she's got meetings
all day. Meetings all day.
Doesn't have 5 minutes to discuss things with us.
Oh my God.
Do you know how many spirits there are in the spirit realm?
She's got to meet them all.
She's a busy lady.
That's true. Absolutely. She's got to contact people.
Yep.
Whether in this plane of existence or another. After that, we're going to talk to fan Josh. We'll see if this bitch answers.
Real quick
though.
before he calls, a fun little thing is that when her car, she didn't get struck. Her car got struck by lightning. She said it went through her shoulder and went out the back. But Toyota bought the car from her to do some like analytics on how to make the car safer for lightning strikes. But that was pretty interesting.
It's not true though necessarily.
She
That's
My
Well,
grandpa
that's what she
was
said,
driving
okay?
and got shot by lightning one time in his truck.
Did they buy it back from him to see if they could make it better?
No, but he said it made all of his hair stand up at once.
I'm calling.
All right, we're calling Sabrina, a.k.a. Sandrine,
Hi, Sabrina.
too.
It's such a beautiful day. I can't get to my phone right now.
She blocked me?
But if you please leave your name
possible.
and your number, I'll
Let me
get
leave her a
back to you as
freestyle.
soon as
I got
can.
it. I got this.
Thank you so much and have a blessed day.
Hey, Sabrina, listen. This is Danny Moonshadow. I've been doing a lot of thinking. And I just wanted to clarify what went down at that seminar. I know it disturbed you. It disturbed my buddies Leo and my cameraman Nico, probably some people dining at the tables around us. The kid who got molested by the devil. All right? It wasn't me. It wasn't a person of this physical plane. He was screwing around with tea leaves. Tea leaves! I know, Sabrina. And when you do that, sometimes you open a door to the underworld. Leo knows this well. Sabrina, I'm sure you do too.
He's doing well, though. The kid is a very successful person in society. He's working at, currently he's working at a Carl's Jr.
He's at Carl's Jr.
Yeah.
Management.
Right.
He wears the button-up shirt and the tie, Sabrina. All right? So I like to at least take some credit for where he is in life. It's not ideal, you could say, that a scaled red hand came through a portal in thin air and stuck a finger up his anus. Not ideal. But look where he is now. This was the adversity he needed. Carl's Jr. 18 per. Half his dental benefits paid for.
It's phenomenal. He doesn't get Kaiser, but he gets, it's a step above Medi-Cal, which is all we can all really hope for.
Listen, as long as you're not on Medi-Cal, you're doing good, gal.
That's right.
That's what they say. Everybody says that,
Everyone
Sabrina.
says that.
So, Sabrina, what I would like to say to you is maybe come to my next seminar.
Yeah.
It's $1,000 per ticket. I can give you a $20 coupon, and we'll keep the tea leaves at bay. None of the devil shit.
Only about 3 or 4 people a year get to pay less than $1,000 for the seminar. So
I usually am very insistent that I get my full 1000.
yeah, he doesn't like anything under that. So you paying $980. That's the deal of a lifetime.
Absolutely. And Leo here, he will be working the gate, and
I'm also very attracted to her, and I would love to maybe take her on a date.
He has been investigated twice by the police for abusing his powers at the frisking station.
Yeah, it's almost like it's like a 1990s doorman in Hollywood. If you wanted to get in, every now and then you got to do a little sucking or a little fucking.
One time, I remember this, Leo, actually. You asked a woman if you could check inside her purse, and she said, "My Gucci bag," and you were like, "Nah, your clam purse." And then you stuck a finger uninvited up her twat.
Not uninvited, you asshole. I had consent.
He had consent. The consent was a confused look. He took that as consent.
Oh, God damn it, Danny. That is not true.
So that's the kind of guys we've got making sure there are no knives or explosves.
All right, give me the phone, you fucking son of a bitch. Sabrina, we're fucking around, okay? We're just joking. You're awesome. Danny Moonshadow is a scam, if we're being completely honest. He's been scamming kids left and right. He's been saying the same shit. It's the same horoscope that he just reads over and over again. And it's a Libra. He just reads the Libra horoscope.
What is that horoscope?
You will have a blessed day filled with encounters with loving people, and financially you will prosper.
But you are an incredible woman, and I do believe that you will change the world. So keep grinding. We're fans of yours, and if you ever want to call into the pod and let us have it, we're in. All right, Sabrina, you have a great day, and enjoy yourself.
It's on her fucking answering machine, dude.
4 minutes of us riffing. 4 minutes of us riffing. This has been one of my favorite pods so far. Mexican fan Jerry, Nico, and the story of Sabrina. Wow.
Was it too far to say that you had to search a girl's clam purse when you came to one of my shows?
Yes, without consent, dude. A confused look was my consent. You jerk off. What is wrong with you?
And the devil's sticking a finger up a child's ass.
Well, it wasn't a child. It was a teenager.
He was 17.
I remember you said, was the kid who was molested, was he molested by a clown, or he was wearing a clown suit when he was molested?
I did
brought up a clown suit.
I did justify it.
You brought up a clown suit at some point.
Oh no, she asked us why it was funny that a kid got molested, and I said he was wearing clown makeup.
Wow. There you go.
I do remember that now.
Yeah, there was something with a clown there for sure.
We're a couple of sick fucks, dude. We're all sick.
Let's
And
get
Nico's
Fan
the
Josh.
sickest.
Let's get Fan Josh on the horn.
Call
Fan
Fan
Josh is maybe the biggest single fan we have.
Yeah.
I told him he could call in on the last 3 podcasts.
I love Fan Josh.
I keep forgetting, so we're gonna get him on the horn right now.
He's also funny, and he's lost a lot of weight recently, so we should talk about his weight loss journey.
Can he only hear from your mic or my mic?
He can hear your mic. Fan Josh!
Daniel James Brian Mullen, my favorite pedophile. What's up?
Finally remembered to call. I'm sorry, buddy.
What's up, Fan Josh? We have
What's up, Leo?
we got Leo, and also, dude, we got Nico with us. So if you want to
Hello, Fan
ask
Josh.
anything, if you want to ask Nico anything, feel free, Fan Josh.
Nico, I fucked Jill last Tuesday. I just want you to know that.
Yeah.
That's a comment, not a question.
I'm sorry, Nico. I love
Next.
you. Danny told me to talk shit.
One of my favorite things, Nico, how did you feel when Danny, and Fan Josh, you were probably well aware of this. Remember when Danny put out the call that everybody should send Nico asshole pictures? Do you remember when he did that, Fan Josh?
Yeah.
Fan Josh might not have been around back then. That was 2019 June.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago.
How did you feel about that,
trying to go
Nico?
along with the joke.
I mean, I neither confirm or
Yeah, I don't
deny
remember that
a
actually. I
bunch
thought I was
of,
going along with whatever you guys were
teenagers,
talking about.
Hairy asshole. At least
He
there was
got
hair.
some
At
hairy
least there was
assholes. I
hair
saw
on the
one of them. They
assholes.
were hairy assholes, man. It was fucked up.
What about 8?
Yeah, it was a
You
live
got
stream.
8 assholes, Danny. What the fuck is wrong with
This
you?
is a testament to the power I wield.
Should we do it again?
And maybe this is why. You got to be careful doing this,
No.
Leo, because I think the only reason
No?
I didn't get my Instagram account deleted for that is
Yeah.
because we did it during a live stream.
It's true.
So
it's true.
any evidence that I had called to action teenagers under the age of 18 to show their assholes to Nico, the only reason I didn't get my account deleted for that was because it was ephemeral and on a live stream.
Fan Josh, how many drinks have you had today?
Hairy assholes going along.
What?
Me?
How many drinks, Fan
How many
Josh?
drinks have you had today, Fan Josh?
To be honest, 3 vodka and cranberries, and I'm cooking dinner right now.
What
How
the?
many
What do you mean?
ounces
Why are you
of
cooking
vodka in
dinner?
those
Well,
cranberries?
he is 2 hours ahead of us, but still.
Dinner at 1?
Dinner at 2 p.m.
2 p.m. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's very
Hey,
early
man,
to be
my
cooking
day
dinner.
off.
It's your day off. You're cooking dinner at 2 p.m. Are you gonna have another dinner at 6 p.m. and then a third dinner at 11
No,
p.m.?
I'm cooking a fucking tenderloin, man. I'm going to let that bitch slow roast.
Wait, whoa. You have a Tinder girl coming over?
No, I have a tenderloin.
Oh, a tenderloin. Oh, David, I thought you said Tinder girl or something.
Fan Josh, how many more vodka crans do you plan on drinking throughout the day? And also, red flag you're drinking vodka crans.
At 11?
Because vodka crans are the favored beverage of alcoholics since they are easy to get down in the morning and daytime hours.
I mean, yeah, alcoholics that I've known have either done vodka orange juice or vodka cranberry, like you said. And then, of course, but there's also the alcoholic that drinks only like light beer all day. Have you met one of those?
Yeah.
Well,
the reason,
to be honest,
the reason,
man, I've been trying to drink like a lot of like more like shit like that has less calories in it because the fucking beer is what makes me fat, and I've lost like fucking 25 pounds since Vegas.
Sure.
Wow.
And it's the calories are the only thing taking away from his health. The vodka, that's no problem. You can drink that and be a stud.
Comes from a potato. It's no big deal.
It's just the calories, Leo.
Depends
of
how
course.
much vodka.
You kidding me?
Shut up,
Fucking around.
Nico. Just
Hey,
kidding.
the liver is strong and regenerates. Don't forget that.
Well, how y'all
Listen.
sons of bitches been doing, man? I've missed y'all.
I miss you too, Fan Josh. You're a good kid,
Yeah,
man.
same.
If
Fan
you were
Josh.
in L.A., we'd hang out.
Josh, we're trying right now to get a show next week in Las Vegas, a live show going. And it's not only going to be a performance by me and Leo, we're going to be hanging out, partying with the fans afterwards. So if we do that, you're, of course, welcome to visit.
Dude, I have to wait till I get paid again, and I don't get paid again until the 18th.
What does your bank account look like right now?
I have about $180.
$180 to your name. What's rent?
$500 a month. I'm splitting it with my roommate that I live with right now.
So you do not yet have enough to cover your share.
That's why
Unfortunately not,
Leo's
but I
flying
haven't
you
been Vegas
out.
down in y'all.
Well, we might fly you out. But listen, Fan Josh, are you in the same room as your roommate, or do you guys have a 2-bedroom?
No, we got separate rooms, man.
That's amazing. Where is
Yeah.
this?
It's in Euless, Texas, about like 10 minutes from Dallas.
Not bad.
Damn, it's so cheap.
Outside of Dallas, Dallas is sick.
I love
dude.
Dallas. That's probably my favorite city in Texas.
It's the best city in Texas.
It has to be, yeah.
Fan Josh, I want you to not be disheartened by your living situation. We had on a man named Mexican Fan Jerry
Well,
earlier today.
Honduran. I like it's Honduran Fan Jerry.
I'm going to keep calling him Mexican Fan Jerry.
Okay.
It's more marketable.
Everybody
Anybody who
south of U.S. is Mexican.
I like
Exactly.
Mambo King said that is going to be his handle. He said that at some point.
Absolutely. So, Fan Josh, this guy lives in a 5-bedroom with 19 other people.
Yeah, and he's the 20th.
And
Yeah, he's the
still
20th.
he still
Where does
crushes
he live in
pussy.
China?
No, stop. What the fuck is wrong with you? That is so racist.
And the Chinese also, come on, they are the highest paid people in America now.
Yeah.
As far as racial demographics, Chinese men, I believe, make more than anybody else.
Yes.
So they would not be piled in 20 ahead into a... Shut up, Van Josh!
Fan Josh, he lives somewhere, I believe, in the valley. And he's got a great attitude about life. You know, he told us that he just has to make a quick call and tell 19 people to scatter before he brings a girl over.
He just calls and he pretends he's ice.
La migra, la migra.
I mean, how do you even go about jacking off in that house? I mean, I just have one roommate, and it's always like a fucking iffy thing if I want to go in the bathroom and fucking crank one out.
Yeah.
We should have asked Honduran Fanjeri how he
We should have
jerks
gotten
off.
into that. He might be back on again. And Fan Josh,
He will be back on.
I was just fucking with you when I said shut up. Fan Josh, when you do want to masturbate, what's the strategy?
I usually wait till my friend is at work and I have a day off.
What if he's home?
Jesus.
And you need to masturbate with him just a wall away?
Well, so hear me out. So usually he's like playing games on my computer. He's Russian, so he plays a lot of Counter-Strike, which is pretty stereotypical. So when he's like in the fucking
he's training for the Ukrainian invasion.
And say, hey, I'm going to go take a shower, or hey, I'm going to go take a shit, then I'll go crank one out.
In the bathroom?
Yeah.
See, you don't even get the luxury, Leo. Leo, you and I both know the real pleasure in masturbation comes from lighting a candle, putting on some Pink Floyd, stretching out on your nice clean bed sheets and stroking yourself.
Yeah, you want to take your time with it because it makes you a better lover. If you take a good 20, 30 minutes, relax, take your time, make it really soothing.
Yeah.
Try to use your imagination. Maybe not even porn. Maybe you don't even need porn. You know what I mean? This kind of stuff will lead you to becoming a better lover. Like if you just stroke yourself and jerk off in 1 minute every time, that's not gonna make you a better lover. It's like getting bad reps. If I was taking swings in baseball and I was taking just terrible downward hacks straight into the ground, just straight like this every time. That's like what it's like to jerk off and come in 1 minute.
Do you understand that, Josh? Because he's making a very valid point.
Yeah.
You can walk into a Planet Fitness and you can bounce the bench press bar off your chest and have a bunch of 45s on there and feel like a badass. But at the end of the day, who loses? You lose.
You lose, buddy. So I think what you need to do is you need to confront your roommate and say, listen, this is a house where I'm going to masturbate freely wherever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
If I want to do it on the couch when you're cooking dinner, I'm going to masturbate on the couch when you're cooking dinner.
If I want to do it in your bed while you're trying to catch Z's, well, I'm going to jerk off while you're sleeping.
Right. You have to tell them that life is about the moment. And if you want to take your cock out and stroke it at any moment, it's your right. It's your right as a human being, Fan Josh.
Whose name's on the lease? Fan Josh's name.
Both.
Not Sergey.
What?
He was about literally like milliseconds away from walking in on me jerking off one time, like the first month that I moved in here.
Good.
What do you mean? Where were you? Where was your cock out? In your room?
Is there a
I was
lock,
sitting
a
in my
doorstop?
fucking office chair in my fucking room, masturbating next to my computer, and like I just have like lightning fast reaction time. So as soon as I heard that fucking doorknob turn, just fucking pants up.
Well, you don't have a door? What the fuck is wrong with you? You don't.
I also
Well, no,
don't
I have
like
a
how you
door.
call
It
it
just wasn't locked. I
masturbating.
thought he was going to sleep, but
Jacking
he needed
off.
his charger. Shit happens.
Look, Nico's getting upset. He says that if you call it masturbating one more time, he's going to fly over there and beat the shit out of you.
He said that.
What do you want me to use? Cranking one off? Smacking
Jacking
it?
off.
Beating
It's
up the
jacking
bitches?
off. Masturbation sounds like a sixth grader who's like, "Oh yeah, I masturbated last night for the
It's
first
true.
time."
Listen, Nico is a punishing lover. And when he gets home to Jill, she will wake up the next morning black and blue.
He looked at me and Danny and
In
he
the
said,
eye
listen,
sockets.
he looked at me and Danny when we were on the road and he goes, listen, you fucking pieces of shit. Jill's out drinking. If I don't get home before she does and I'm ready for some of that pussy coming my way, I'm going to be fucking irritable. And he goes, and you don't want an irritable fucking...
you don't want that.
He goes, you don't want an irritable editor, do you, Danny? And Danny was like, no, I guess not. Fuck.
If Nico is irritable, I can tell. Because he'll passive aggressively take all the audio levels and put them up max. So everything's peaking. And when I first put my headphones on to listen, it's like, that's a passive aggressive move by Nico.
Really?
Also, he adjusts the color balance so everything's totally blown out.
That's
and
fucking
it takes
bullshit.
45 minutes for me to readjust so I can see what's happening on screen.
Right.
That's when you know he didn't fuck the shit out of Jill that weekend.
Exactly. And he blames it on you. But he also, I don't like what he names the files.
He named one of my files small-dicked, scraggly, bird-looking fucker.
Can you believe that, Josh?
That's a little mean.
He named that file knowing I would open it, see it, and knowing I would know it was about me.
Can somebody start an Instagram for that name?
He named another one untalented, derivative, shitty wannabe comedian who's past his prime.
Yeah.
And I thought, what the hell happened to positivity, Nico? What the hell?
And he goes, and he made the excuse that those are just randomly selected by the computer, but it sounds like they might not be randomly selected by the computer. That is just ridiculous.
This is what I had confronted him. I called him up. I was like, Nico, explain the files. He's like, oh, yeah, those are actually, it's just like binary code that's outputted by Premiere Pro. It might be because you're running an older version. Can I teach you how to update it? And I'm like, yeah, Nico, help me update it.
Unbelievable.
And I try to update it, and then I see like 16 more files of the same name.
Yeah. It's mean-spirited, Nico. And what do you comment? What is your comment on that?
I can't.
He won't even own up.
He's lost for words.
I'm lost for words. It's the outdatedness. Apple sucks. We all have Apple computers here, and Mark Zuckerberg or Steve Jobs from the grave just wants to fuck me over.
Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah. Well, luckily, I'm a very patient, forgiving boss.
Oh yeah.
Very, very patient. Could equate him to Hitler.
What the fuck does that mean?
I don't know. He wanted that war to go on longer than he was patient.
very
with
patient
the war.
with his.
Was he
It was
patient?
a bad joke. Cut that out.
It's
Sorry,
okay.
I negate that.
I was gonna say,
it was a bad,
very
bad,
patient.
bad
This was
joke.
Hitler. I am bored. Invade Russia.
Right, pretty
That
much.
was fucking Hitler.
What a mistake.
You're right.
though,
He had
huh?
the lightning speed, not the hey, let's.
Yeah.
Fan Josh, what do you think about
the Blitzkrieg, not the Napkrieg?
Fan Josh, how do you feel about Russia right now and their military tactics?
Oh, dude, it's really sad, man. My roommate is actually a Russian, and he can't go visit his family or even like do anything like that. He was supposed to go visit his family this year, and it's basically like a civil war over there, man. It's just really sad. I don't like to see it.
Everyone in Russia is fucked.
Right now?
Dude, they are so fucked, it's ridiculous.
Is it true your roommate, Fan Josh, has been sending Bitcoin to the Russian invasion forces?
I did see him shipping off what looked like some RPG heads in the mail the other day.
So he was shipping the Stinger warheads over to the paratroopers coming in from Russia.
It's really easy. You just got to put them in peanut butter.
Yeah, that screws with all the X-ray machines.
Oh yeah.
No, you gotta put them in coffee beans, surrounded by bags with coffee beans, so the dogs can't smell the gunpowder.
That sounds like it actually might be true.
How do you know this, Fan Josh?
Because his roommate sends fucking warheads to the Russians.
Well, you guys saw that headline today where Pornhub cut their stuff off to Russia?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw that Facebook led the charge. Facebook cut off, I think, the Russians because they have a bunch of state-sponsored Facebook groups that are just spreading propaganda about, the Ukrainians raised a swastika flag and then beheaded a 5-year-old girl in the name of resistance.
Yeah, there's been a lot of rumblings about it's reached obviously this coast. I mean, but that the Ukrainians are Nazis. That's just propaganda.
No,
right?
no. The
are
Russians
some.
were saying that they were told why they're firing on the Ukraine is because they were told that Ukraine was taken over by Nazis.
Right.
I bet that's true.
Do you see how Putin's
the Nazis are super relevant these days. They just take over countries.
They
Right?
That's a joke about that's a joke that Bill Dawes has. He goes because he would be a number one first round draft pick if he was if the Nazi Party was still around. Cause
Bill Dawes, 'cause he looks Aryan.
blonde. He looks very Aryan.
What's that, Austin?
They canceled Visa, MasterCard, and PayPal for all Russians in and out of Russia. So
Venmo
if you're
still
a
good?
Russian citizen making any kind of foreign currency, you can't get any of the money. And then there's a executive order passed by Putin to where any foreign currency that you do receive or have made within the last year, you have to convert 80% of it to the ruble to prevent their entire economy from crashing. And then the ruble is decreasing in value. So just nobody's making any money. And everything in Russia has almost doubled in price. I've been watching all these videos about it. It's kind of insane. If something like that happened here, we'd all be fucked.
Yeah, it's less than a cent now, the ruble.
I met this Russian girl at the Grove about a couple months ago, and I started hooking up with her. And then she hit me up out of nowhere one day and was like, "Can I meet you in person?" And I was like, "Fuck, I got her pregnant. I'm fucked." I literally thought that. So I'm freaking the fuck out all day. I meet her up at night. She's like, "This is very serious. Can I ask you something?" And I'm like, "Fuck." I was like, "Are you pregnant?"
You need me to punch you in the stomach?
And she goes, "No." will you marry one of my friends? Will you marry one of my friends?
Fan Josh.
For the, you know.
Fan Josh might be the guy to do
Fan
this.
Josh, you want $20,000?
Dude, I saw these girls. Leo's got
Dude.
he's got one hot Russian chick he's fucking who's got two friends, one of whom is drop dead and needs a husband, no questions asked.
And they're willing to wheel and deal, Fan Josh. I mean, you might be able to get some hanky-panky out of it.
You might be able to bang the hottest chick you've ever banged.
Yeah,
I
honestly,
am down to clown. I fucking like Slavic chicks.
She's very, very beautiful.
You think she would fuck Fan Josh at our live show?
Absolutely.
And you'll get paid $840 a month.
That could be the marital bed that they consummate
I
the
think if
relationship
she has
on.
sex with Fan Josh, I don't think she should pay him also for marrying her. I think he should just marry her. Right?
I'll be honest with y'all. If you flew me out to Vegas, that would probably literally make me cry tears of joy. My birthday is next month, and I've been missing the fuck out of y'all. Been missing the fuck out of Vegas. Just let me know in advance because I got to let my job now.
Leo already said he's gonna fly you out to me
I
earlier
didn't say
in
that.
the
Shut
car.
the fuck
He was
up.
like, "Dude, Fan Josh
Nico,
is the
you
fucking
fly him
best
out.
guy ever."
I don't have the funds or the
Leo has
steady hand.
$150K in Bitcoin and he only invested $20 into it like 20 years
I
ago.
wish, dude. That'd be nice. But no, that is not the case. I'm actually down about 40% on Bitcoin.
I was watching a documentary on the Russian Revolution last night.
What year was that?
It was like the turn of the century, or not? It was past the turn of the century, like 1917, 1920.
Papa Giulio told me. My dad was telling me how the Russians. Okay, there's certain things about the football, soccer, that are evident with countries. He goes, there's certain countries that could just never, ever, ever, ever have like a decent soccer team, and Russia is one of them. And he thinks that's why they're so terrible. Ukraine is absolutely murdering them. Like and they're
I don't know if they're absolutely
not
murdering
absolutely murdering them, but they're outnumbered, and they're really like they seem to be a lot more skilled in warfare per se.
Yeah.
You know?
I think the Russians just aren't trying that hard.
The Russians, I mean,
nobody's getting reps.
They
Obviously,
won World War II single-handedly, basically.
Really?
They were they
God.
were the reason fucking Hitler died. But watching this fucking documentary on the Revolution, a lot of it was cool. Vladimir
Thank you,
Lenin
buddy.
spreading the communist propaganda. I like how they used to give speeches with just acoustics back then. Like they would fucking lean out of a rail car to a gathered crowd and just start talking about Marx.
You think they would like with you mean without a microphone? There was a microphone though, right?
No
microphone.
This
Just
is
project
like,
their voice.
This is the early 1900s. They lean out of a fucking rail car, Leo. They take their hat off and they just start talking about the means of production and the agrarian surf class. I don't know what they're fucking talking about. But the part that I liked the most, because I was like, all right, this is cool. Fucking, there's some shitty Kaiser, there's some shitty czars, there's some assassination attempts. What I like is when they take Tsar Nicholas and his family into this secluded castle, and then in the middle of the night, they just tap them all on the shoulder and say, hey, you got to come down to the basement right now. And Tsar Nicholas is like, why must I come to the basement? Tsar Nicholas, handsome motherfucker, by the way. Pull up Tsar Nicholas.
Some good-looking Russian, like the Klitschko brothers are Ukrainian, but I mean,
Is it
Ukraine is
TZ or
basically
CZ?
Russia.
A T, which is, you know what? The thing that I'm about to say is a dark thing becomes of the Tsar and his family. But one could argue they deserve it because they spell Tsar with a T. All right, nobody likes that.
Wow,
Nobody,
very handsome.
Very good-looking guy.
He kind of looks like when Nico had his mustache. Remember that?
Yeah, he looks like a skinny, mustachioed Nico.
He does.
So they fucking
He does look like Nico. Holy shit.
they take Tsar Nicholas down to the fucking basement. And he's like, why have you gathered me in the basement with my 6 children? Little Anastasia, it's past her bedtime. She should not be down here. And then the guards are just like, they're all hammered, I guess, because they knew they were gonna have to kill like 5 fucking kids point blank with guns.
No, dude,
So
come
all the
on.
guards got shit faced, and they're just like, all right, we gotta fucking shoot at your whole family now. And he's like, let's talk about this. Diplomacy is the way to find us.
Why they kill him? Why they kill his whole family though?
Because the Bolsheviks, they had almost absolute power in Russia. This is what happened, I believe. And keep in mind, I was fucking stoned, and it was my day off.
Remember,
and,
speak
and
slow for Leo.
I was looking at porn half the time too. Thank you, Nico. The original, I believe the original. His father died, got assassinated, or fucking fell ill or something. He was incompetent, this Tsar right here. He tried to take on the Japanese in the Russo-Japanese War, got his ass kicked by them, which all the world viewed as the most humiliating defeat because at that time they viewed Asians as subhuman almost. Jesus. And the Japanese have just rapidly industrialized and they fucking sail out with their battleships and smoke mighty Russia. So already he was fucking humiliated. But then he decides, I guess maybe as a way of saving face, to try to take over the command of his troops in World War I. So he's like, hey, I lost to the Japanese, but I will redeem myself by defeating the mighty German Empire. Well, that doesn't go too well. And the morale in the Russian troops is garbage. They're told things like, all right, so, we got a little bit of a supply chain problem in our factories. We don't have a rifle or boots for you. If you could follow Mr. Galukovich over there into the trench, and if he dies, just take his boots and his rifle, and you know what? His underwear too, and put that on. That would be great, and it would really help the motherland. That was Nico's doing great over here. That's
fuck you, Nico.
That's the audience's.
I'm looking up the assassination.
Oh,
shit.
he is. He is.
Bloody Sunday on 1905.
You're making me feel insecure, Nico.
I was looking it up because it didn't. Well, keep going though. I'm listening.
I thought Nico was trolling for Jill's friends.
No, I'm
sending him pics of his little wee wee.
He does, dude.
So that was the level of morale on the fucking front lines of World War I. Eventually, the troops are just deserting. It's a fucking disaster. Tsar Nicholas is like, I give up. I'm leaving. I'm no longer the Tsar. I fucking quit. And he's just like, they send him to Siberia just to hang out. So then there's a power vacuum. This loosely formed government body just made up of his ministers tries to run the government, but also the Bolsheviks, who have been trying for the last 20 years just to assassinate people in power. They put together this thug, like, temporary government and start taking over railway stations and fucking press buildings. And then from that point, once they decide, they just start kicking the shit out of this temporary official government. They're like, all right, who's the last people who can challenge our rule? Tsar Nicholas and his 8-year-old daughter, Anastasia.
Right, because they could take over. So they kill everybody.
So they kill everybody, including the little girl and Rasputin.
Oh, my
I thought
God.
one of them survived, though, and it was miraculous. I mean, I was doing a little reading because they all had hemophilia, so they couldn't clot their blood.
Well, you've been watching too many Disney movies.
No,
that's a myth. Anastasia died in that basement, Nico.
There was like some fucking drunk bitch who was going around saying she was Anastasia, but that was all bullshit. And she probably got murdered that day.
So there's no truth to the fact that to any Nazis in Ukraine. That's all bullshit.
Yeah, it was just Putin is trying to justify going in there, and he knew if he just said the word Nazi, the Western countries might think it was a little justified. It's like saying, like, I'm doing this for BLM. I'm doing this for trans rights. I'm going to go fucking...
I saw some articles about like African Americans in Ukraine and saying that I mean, look, there's so many countries out there that are racist, so it's not just going to be Ukraine. But
they weren't letting black people like, into the other countries. The refugees, they were like letting in white refugees, and then the black people were all stuck outside. Like, what the fuck? Let us leave the country.
Apparently that was well.
So the Ukrainians aren't letting black people out of the country.
Yeah, dude, it's pretty fucked up. Yeah,
or the other countries aren't letting the black people in.
And then there was a quote in an article I read about how they were calling them not human and stuff. Right? That was a thing.
Yeah, Europe's fucking gnarly,
Europe is
dude.
so racist, man. I mean, it's
not as racist as the Asian countries. Though I did figure out basically this entire war situation in who to blame. And
I doubt this is going to be accurate.
Okay, let's guess. Before you could guess, Danny. Who is
I think it starts with a letter J.
You think so?
It better not.
No,
Does it end with
It's not. It's going to be. I think it's a mythical figure. I think it's somebody like the Cabal. I think he's going to blame either the Cabal or the Illuminati.
It's
Cabal is an actual
52% of the population. Women. If
women
we
started
never
this
let
war.
women vote.
We were close.
Trump
it was going to be Jews,
would've
women.
won, and then
what?
Then Putin wouldn't have made his move because Trump would have been too based in office. He wouldn't have done it.
He would have gone over there, flown over there, and stopped it.
No, it's just Putin probably if you look at Joe Biden and I was Putin, I would fucking invade. Why not? He's like retarded.
Well, also, Leo,
so it's
too,
women's fault, ultimately.
The Russian has state-run news channels, so they're being fed all this bullshit propaganda. They're cut out from the outside world. They don't see shit, so they're all being brainwashed as to why they're invading Ukraine.
There are these videos of all these Russian influencers who are being handed scripts from the government to like read out propaganda messages, and they line them all up side by side.
This has all happened before, though, right?
No, dude, fucking
World War II, World War I.
The Instagram models in the fucking trenches, bro.
If
Man, they
Biden
were-
booty pics?
If Biden wired me 20 grand, I'd be right here like, who in our audience isn't boosted? Unsubscribe right now. Naughty, naughty. Whatever it took, dude. That's
funny.
So I'm not really blaming these people.
All right, so we don't have Nico very often on the pod, so why don't we?
Well, we also have Fan Josh, so let's have Fan Josh.
Fan Josh, you're still there.
Hello.
Yeah, he's here.
Oh.
So what were you trying to do with Nico? Let's let
Well, I
them
wanted to
both
get-
have their last words.
No, of course. I mean, Fan Josh. Let's get back to Fan Josh, and then we
what kind
can.
of last words? Are these the real last words? Or this last words for the podcast?
No, last words. Like I want you to like at least like reminisce about your time with Danny and me on the road and what it. I don't know. You got to say something deep for the fans.
Yeah, you do have
give
to
them
do
some
that.
kind of
I'm
insight.
not that
This is
sentimental.
just honestly one of the best weekends of my life. Like that was probably one of the only vacations I've ever had. I guess you could call it a vacation where like I wasn't able to play home and I like legitimately got a little bit sad. Like I did not want to leave at all.
When he came
You
to
guys
Vegas
showed
with
me,
us in
like,
December.
The best fucking time in the world, and I cannot wait to fucking see y'all again as soon as possible.
Well, you got to make out with Swolby's woman.
That's what I was feeling. I was gonna say.
yeah.
That was
How was that?
I almost got to bang her, but we swooped in on me.
That's
you,
bullshit.
You should have just put Swolby in a headlock. Whatever
Yeah.
it took to bang that. I'm sure if Fan Josh had just choked Swolby unconscious in front of the girl still would have fucked Fan Josh.
I like that. I think somebody should date her in the crew for a long term, at least a couple of years. That's
Dino?
my opinion. Honestly,
Dino, you would not get sloppy seconds from Swolby?
you wouldn't date a girl. Wait a second, Dino. You wouldn't date a girl that had sex with Swolby?
No, what the fuck? That means they're probably from like Fig or like something's wrong with them.
And she also doesn't like getting
What?
abortions.
From
Yeah, that
Fig.
too.
From Figs, if the girl was
She's
like born and
from
raised
Fig.
on Figaro.
The fuck?
That would not be a good place to bring up a family.
No.
Nico, tell us your favorite single trip.
Yes, and why?
Favorite filming
Guys, I can't. That's a loaded question.
trip. You
right
stink.
there.
Just go for one.
I do.
It doesn't have to be your favorite.
I've been on so many trips
Go
with you
for
guys, and
one.
they all have one that was.
One that just stands out. Doesn't have to be the ultimate fave.
I would say in recent times.
Okay.
Actually, oh yeah, ultimate fave. No, but recent times, my favorite trip was the Corpus Christi one.
It was a good trip.
I felt like we had a good amount of time in the city. We did a few different videos, saw a bunch of things. You guys made me laugh so hard behind the camera.
Yeah.
Literally in both videos with the fucking, what's his name? The stupid car guy, Bowen.
Bowen?
Dude, the
Seaman, Seaman
You
Bowen.
probably cut the audio out, but dude, I was fucking dying behind the
That was
camera
pretty amazing.
once he turned that. And then
When Seaman Bowen got apprehended on the deck and they thought he was the troublemaker. That is from the I got kicked off a battleship video.
Great
And
video.
then the French horn kid when Danny took it from him.
Oh,
It
yeah.
just
That is a great
dude, that
video.
was hilarious. The cigarettes in there.
Yeah.
You know, I was really nervous and kind of pissed off in the beginning of having to do Toucan Sam, but it ended up being a fun,
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah.
Me and Leo,
Do you like performing? Is that part
every
of
once in a while? But
Do
back to the
Toucan Sam
question.
right now with the bird whistles.
I never had to do the birds, but I'm Toucan Sam.
Do the whistles. You were whistling. Now do the wedding singer song.
So if it's your wedding day and the music starts to play, I can guarantee that love will find you.
Yeah.
You remembered all of it, dude.
That
That's
was a
good.
great trip. He's right.
Fun trip.
Yeah, Corpus was great, man.
Yeah.
I actually told a fan that Corpus Christi was my favorite city in Texas. It kind of is.
Unconventional,
honestly.
controversial.
It's a controversial one, but it is. I think it is my favorite city.
And because
it's kind of a tight city.
Leo and I got 2 nights out there. So
Yeah,
that
we
was
did.
a very
We
fun thing. We got
partied it
to
up.
discover the daytime, and then we got to discover the nighttime. And then Papa Leo paid for all the drinks.
I mean, they were $3 for a fucking. It was like, dude, remember? Okay, me and Nico got like I don't know, man. I think it was like
Obliterated.
8 drinks a piece, and it was like $27.99 for the fucking. It was unbelievable. The bill was so low. It was less than $30.
Corpus Christi, you can get an oceanfront mansion for less than the cost of the house I'm sitting in.
Yeah, well, yeah, significantly less. There was one house over $1 million, and it was barely over $1 million, and it was a fucking mega mansion.
They're on the ocean,
Yeah.
and they have rolling green lawns and gates. It
Yeah.
looks like a cotton plantation home.
Yeah.
Those kinds of houses overlooking the sea.
Right.
The Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah.
That's what it is, right?
And what do you see for the future and you and the Danny Mullen regime? Do you think you're going to be in front of the camera one day permanently?
No, I like being behind the camera. I like that's one of my passions, and I definitely enjoy being in front of the camera. You guys push me out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
Some of the times I really don't want to fucking do it.
Yeah.
Because it's
What was
hey,
the
show
worst?
your little wee wee.
Well, we've been trying to get Nico for about
God.
2 years now, at least a year, to get completely oiled up and slide across a marble floor with his little wee wee out.
In a hotel. In a fucking hotel.
Yes, okay,
lobby.
once every single shoot at some point, whenever we see a slick surface, me and Danny look at each other and we go, how about here? You think we could slide you down on this surface right here with a little baby oil? With
You
your
gotta
little
set up
wee-wee
bowling
out?
pins too in the hallway.
Yeah, we could. He could have slid across Jorge's countertop with his little wee wee out.
Oh yeah, he could have
Next door.
He could have easily. We also talk about how much money we would pay for certain sex acts with Jill on video. How much we'd pay for the videos. And I believe it was $10,000 for it was anal with Jill.
Yeah, if Nico fucked his girlfriend in the ass on camera while he was blacked out and he was putting his fucking foot on her head,
Yeah.
and he was like trying to get her to eat his asshole, Leo and I would split the $10,000
We'd split the
bill.
$10K, and just because it would be years of entertainment.
Because this would be
Look at
Nico.
Austin, dude.
Like Nico would be blacked out, he'd be like, eat my what? Eat my ass, and she'd be like, no, you're drunk. And he'd be like, what the fuck? Let me fuck you. My God.
Oh, God, I
And
would love to
you
see
know
it.
he would face plant at some point.
Oh yeah.
And at some point, he would lose his erection and start blaming her. Maybe
Yeah.
start crying. Then she'd have to talk him up, and then he'd fuck her, and then he would go limp again.
100%. See, the thing is, Nico he's an interesting figure. I mean, why don't you tell him what you did for the second time now that I've known you outside this trip?
Oh, I mean, dude, yeah, Danny and I had to take shits outside in the fucking wilderness.
They
I
act
mean,
like
Danny's
this is
more of a
normal.
wilderness.
Where did you take a shit? It was behind like a fucking
It wasn't the
Days
wilderness
Inn.
at all.
Well,
Yeah,
hey,
you
I
took a
held
shit in an
on-
alley of a Days Inn.
It wasn't even an
It was the
alley.
sidewalk.
It was
Yeah.
the sidewalk. So right behind this Days Inn, they wouldn't open up. They were closed. I was about to explode in my pants from
Yeah.
the asshole, not the dick.
Yeah.
And I went behind thinking there was an alley. Nope. Residential neighborhood just like this. I grabbed onto someone's side view mirror, squatted down, took a shit right next to their front tire.
You
I
touched
knew
their
it.
car while you pooped?
I turned my light
I hope
on,
there's a video of that, dude.
make sure they weren't sleeping in there, grabbed onto that thing, squatted down, and fucking let it rip. And it was
For a
horrible.
moment on that shoot, because two people had shat outside, these guys were trying to normalize it. They're like, you know what? Shitting outside is not that bad. I was like, can we just not, can we always look for bathrooms
It's
when we need to take a
nice.
shit?
It was great. I
Dude,
enjoyed mine.
damn
if
it.
you're in the woods, there's nothing better than finding like a nice downed tree
Yeah.
that you can sit and hang your ass over the side of.
Okay.
It's basically like nature's toilet.
I just squatted in the brush next to the Salton Sea, dude, and let it rip in a pile. Fan Josh,
Yes, sir.
I want to know how you plan on moving out of this apartment with this Russian terrorist who won't let you masturbate, how you plan to slow your alcohol intake, and how you plan to escape the current minimum wage job you work.
Yes.
I've actually been thinking about going to culinary school, dude. I really find fucking enjoyment in cooking. Like when I come home from work, I like fucking cooking shit. It just relaxes
What's
me.
your favorite dish?
What's what?
What's your favorite dish?
Macaroni and cheese.
I was gonna
Peanut
say
butter
the
and
same
jelly?
thing.
Hey man, I'm
What-
making
what have
fucking
you cooked?
tenderloin with bell peppers right now. Don't talk shit.
Wait, what? You're a tenderloin and what?
Bell peppers.
Oh, nice. What's
Yesterday I cooked
the
some
what's the
fucking
side dish?
Atlantic salmon fillets. The side dish probably will be some cauliflower. I don't fucking know yet. I haven't started making it.
Listen, Fan Josh, I support this dream of yours to go be a cook and then eventually be a chef. On second thought, actually, I don't support that at all.
It'd probably make him more fat.
I've worked in kitchens, and when you're working in kitchens, Fan Josh, you're going to be working 80-hour weeks for very little pay, and this is only made worse if you go to culinary school. If you go to culinary school, you know what? It was actually put really well in a book I just read. I just read Tools of Titans by Tim Ferriss.
Yeah.
And he has, in that book, an interview with a famous, world-renowned chef. And Tim Ferriss asked him if he would recommend culinary school. The guy said, I didn't go to culinary school, and I walked into the restaurant, gave him my resume. They hired me, and the head chef walked up and said, all right, now start peeling potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
The guy asked the head chef, what would you have had me do if I had gone to culinary school? And the head chef responded, I would have handed you some potatoes and said, start peeling them.
Well, of course, everybody starts at the beginning. You got to put your dues in, Danny. But listen, I'll say this, Fan Josh. If you
The
love it,
point is don't go to culinary school because you're going to start off in debt. That was the point I was making.
it's possible. that
Same
you
with
will start-
bartending too.
But if
Anything
you
in the
really-
restaurant business, it's all about just doing it yourself. most of the time.
Well, look, Fan Josh, unless it would bring you a lot of joy to go to school, unless you really, I mean, you might be able to learn the intricacies of cooking from books and such, but if it would make you happy to go to culinary school, do it. But also,
no, it's going to cost
just
money.
realize that
hitting on you
if
right
this
now.
is something that you really want to do for a long, long time, Fan Josh, and it is a true passion of yours, then follow your dreams, kid. Don't let anybody tell you you can't do something.
You got
Not
to be
even
a
us.
private chef for like some
I
really
like that.
rich people.
Yeah, but don't go to
Don't
culinary
go to
school.
You're going to
But
waste your money. You can learn the same shit
You
on
might be able to
YouTube.
get a scholarship. You could say that you're autistic. Maybe
Don't listen to
you could say
Leo.
you're Native
Do
American.
not listen to Leo.
Anybody can be
know, I
Native
actually am,
American.
like,
We're all
0.3%
technically Native Americans.
We are.
We're all.
Yeah, Fan Josh, go in there, say you're Native American. You'll have a scholarship. Also, if it's a, you might be able to get financial aid. You can just make, maybe a little
Cut
bit of
Leo's
a
mic.
Photoshop, a Photoshop tax return of your parents. You know what I mean? That would work. And guess what? The worst case scenario is you got to pay for school anyway. That's like, if you lie, you're just going to have to pay anyway. So point of the story is, Fan Josh, go to school. Do it. I like education.
He could be like. You like education?
I like education.
Leo graduated from the distinguished Cal State,
State
Stanislaus.
Stanislaus.
But Fan Josh, you could also be like the guy who molested Cain Velasquez's niece. I guess that guy, once they started clamping down on him, law enforcement, because he was doing a lot of raping and molesting, he just declared he was a woman. So they can put him in a women's prison. So Fan Josh, just declare you're a woman so you can have some diversity for your student aid applications.
Dude, I'll tell you this, though.
Yeah, I already got
if
the
you,
long hair for it.
Fan Josh, listen, I mean, I think it's a profession that comes with some pussy. I think there's been some chefs that have been Me Too'd. It wasn't that one Italian guy.
Of course.
The famous guy, yeah.
A lot of chefs are gay.
Wolfgang Puck.
Wolfgang
Chef
Puck
Boyardee.
was not. Don't fucking say Wolfgang Puck was fucking Me
And I've
Too'd.
never there was a chef Arthur Wall in San Francisco who sucked off this 80-year-old man I knew.
Well, I heard there's a lot of a lot of people in culinary school are gay, not necessarily
Fan
just
Josh,
chefs.
Look, I think that I could see a scenario where you got your long hair, maybe even a little bit of a belly because you got to taste all that food. But you got a nice place. You bring over a girl, you make her a nice fucking lobster souffle, and then afterward, I mean, it's an aphrodisiac. Food is an aphrodisiac. She's going to want to blow you afterward. And I really support this. I support you going to culinary school.
Certain foods are aphrodisiacs.
And the
you
also
guys
the
hear me?
regime
You're cutting out.
the regime needs a chef.
Oh, he's gone.
Fuck.
Well,
All right, well,
we're about to wrap anyway. How long have we been recording for, Austin?
over 2.
Yeah.
Over 2?
Yeah.
Well, we've been recording now for an hour and 7, and earlier I think it was maybe like 30-something minutes.
And then we also went on the little house tour. Yeah, guys, this has been the Leo and Danny show. I believe we have an ad read to do. We've got an intro to do. So, yeah, Nico, thank you for being here.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
Nico, you're the man.
Are you sober enough to drive home?
I had one sip. I am perfectly fine and always was.
Dino, are you sober enough to drive home?
He is not.
Also, by the way, Dino, really quickly, Dino, I guess, Austin gave him some weed to look after on the way here. Dino just holds it in his fist. Austin's like, you want a Ziploc bag, a jar? And Dino's like, nah, I got my mitts. He then transfers the weed from his mitts to his crotch in the car, just riding on his crotch. How much weed was it, Austin?
Like 3 grams.
3 grams of weed. That's enough for about 15 minutes of smoking for them. But for an average person, that'll cover you for a few days. It's just on his crotch until Austin's like, hey, man, I got to pull into the Chevron real quick. We're low fuel. He tells Dino to go inside and pay for the gas. Dino gets out, forgets he's holding the loot, dumps all the weed all over the pavement, walks in, pays for, knowing these guys, probably like $10 of unleaded, comes back out, fills up the car, gets in and drives off, and doesn't know until like a mile down the road that like, oh shit, I left all the pot on the ground at the Chevron.
And that
Yep.
is why Austin was a little upset when he showed up.
That's why, Austin, I don't take it seriously when you were trying to blame all that lost weed on the security guards at that festival.
I didn't blame the security guard for taking my weed. If he found the weed,
Good for
I
them.
would have taken it too. I blame myself for losing it, but I believe that it was gone because he grabbed it. You know what I mean? I just think that he shined his light and he saw my 2 ounces of weed and he fucking snagged that shit.
way more weed. Fuck you.
Dino, you are incompetent and you should not have responsibility to handle anything more than like a few pennies.
I think you're the skinniest person I've ever met in my life, Dino.
Dino,
Fuck you guys.
the Lord would smile if you tried to skateboard again and you cracked your neck trying a hand plant.
Lord knows it probably fucking happened. That's why I'm done skateboarding.
Dino, I mean, I really do think, Dino, that your goal should be try to get into some kind of film that is, based around maybe Auschwitz or any of the Jewish
or a remake
concentration
of
camps.
The Ringer.
The Ringer? Oh, like the retards?
Yeah.
Well, he plays the retards.
Yeah, you could be
When the
you
fuck
could be
did we
in the
get
Special
extra?
Olympics. You could be a Special Olympics high jumper.
Dino did something he wanted to ask you today.
What?
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking, I want to take this video shit more seriously. So, like, I think I should be your manager full time.
All right. Well,
$50K a year.
if I want to look like one of
Healthcare.
the hobos sleeping on the street outside of my house here, then yes, I'll take you up on that.
Well, that looks like a bright future for you, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think you might want to take me up on it.
If I want to be the guy who was smoking crack on a bench on my street the other night, if I want to be that guy in 5 years, I'll have you manage my career.
Hey, man, if you want to flip rocks, like, we can get it out somewhere. I got the hookup.
You got to hook up on crack, huh?
I mean, allegedly.
You don't want to incriminate yourself.
Allegedly.
All right, guys, it's been the Leo and Danny Show. Thank you.